Pushing this pipe, D12 a demon, I'm running these lights. I can't believe that she fit in them tights. Buying it once, so buying it twice. Swiping this card, don't ask for the price. Texting and red, she say I'm uptight. I got a check, but I'm earning my stripes. Cheating no pussy like that shit advice. Baby, you know I'm not good at advice. Why would I go if I don't get advice? Taking these chances, rolling the dice. Starting from nothing, I'm hitting these heights. All because what I be spent on these bikes. Keep a few things inside of my Sprite. Better to sleep, you in my device. Thought I could trust you in my life. Can't even trust you in the night. If you talk to me, baby, you talk to me nice. You talk to me, baby, you talk to me. Talk to me, baby, you talk to me. Talk to me, baby, you talk to me nice. You talk to me, baby. You talk to me, baby. You talk to me, baby, you talk to me nice. You talk to me, baby, talk to me, baby. You talk to me, baby, you talk to me nice. If you talk to me, baby, then come where I stay. Be in the Dallas, we back in LA. Making this money and stay out the way. Take me, you text me, saying okay. Taking this shit out day by day. Don't like the Dunkin', I'm shooting a J. Backing up all the things that you say. You and your knees for me, yeah. Funny because I know you don't pray. Said that you down, it's up for the bake. Said I'm on one, so you making me wait. Baby, you know that's the shit that I hate. Pull up on you, I'm in a CA. Holding my own, I'm making shit shake. Shit on my shoulders, I'm lifting this weight. I wanna come on, I grip on your cake. Loading, I'm down, I do what it takes. Bitch on that nigga, I'm not my mistakes. I'm in the cut and I'm slipping away. Niggas I know, they moving real fake. Funny how love can turn into hate. Funny how love can turn you away. Funny how love can turn you away. Funny how love can turn into hate. Funny how love. Funny how love can turn you away. Funny how love can turn you into hate. Funny how love. Funny how love can turn you away. Funny how love. They taught me, baby, they didn't talk to me nice. You taught me, baby. Taught me, baby. If you talk to me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. Get tired of me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. If you talk to me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. Get tired of me, baby, then talk to me nice. Tired of me. Tired of me. I can't.
Yeah, we done came from the bottom, mad that we up, but I don't hear him talking. Started with knowledge inside of my noggin. We took a dream and then we started vlogging. Put my city on the map now. I'ma say how it is and I don't back down. On the road to 100K, we finna act out. We gon' show them that we not just in the background. We the main event, we the main show. We the one that people always gon' pay for. FYF, we the best, no debate though. Number one sports channel, every angle. I'ma show them all how we ride. Best sports talk show, we not like them guys. We playing it safe while they feather the lines. We switching the narrative all the time. Like who to go in the game is not MJ. Kobe Bryant top 10, not what we say. I keep Elijah one is very overrated. Keep it real, if it ain't fact, we don't say it. Now it's stable, we won't be ignored.
It's facts over feelings, you talk about listery. Boys, you Scooby-Doo talking in mysteries. You is a puppet to ticket, that's misery. Said that you body bang, boy, know your history. It's facts over feelings, you talk about listery. Boys, you Scooby-Doo talking in mysteries. You is a puppet to ticket, that's misery. Said that you body bang, boy, know your history. All in your feelings, you gotta be kidding me. Beg for respect, but you only show jealousy. Wanted some status, but you make it enemies. Talk about bro workout like you burn calories. Calling a bait cause he come with the cavalry. Caught another L, rated, took another casualty. Now you on the 2, talking like you had a strategy.
Nah, that's just passion. We love the game. You already know what it is. FYF. You don't got tough skin. You might as well not even come on in. Talk to 'em. FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again. Oh, LeBron better than MJ? Cut it out. Half these fans in the stands don't know what they talking about. Half-court jumpers, crowd going wild. FYF ranked #1, you better say it loud. Intellectual talk, but fuck your feelings. Elijah 1 too overrated, Kobe still a realist. Top 10 all time, now how they cut the line. Magic Johnson, Draymond Green, one in the same kind. Fuck your feelings, fast break, stop and pull a J. He got how many rings, nothing else to say. With the team, live streaming, play by play. This the dream, full steam on the road to 100K. FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again. Started small, then turned into big dogs. They treat me like the GM, I just make the call. No matter who my op is, I'ma stand tall. Then pull up to the game, fresh like I just left the mall. 100K, 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 check the score. We gon' bust the shot clock, fans running to the floor. All I hear is go this and go that. Man, your team suck, hang it up like a coat rack. I love the game, I admit it, I can't quit it. Step in front of me, man, your ankles gon' get the business. Been a legend like Moses Malone, way ahead of my time. This the greatest sports show ever, I just had to remind. FYF, FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again.
FYI Sports Mastermind, man, we back, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up today. Got a good show for you guys, man. Morning show. A lot of stuff to talk about. NBA talk. Man, y'all saw it last night, man. The NBA is getting real interesting. The NBA is getting really interesting, y'all. Salute to everybody that's here early, too, man. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. All right. We're going to be dropping that link. We're going to be bringing you guys up. To give y'all thoughts on a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about. And really, it's really not even the thoughts that we're talking about. I really just want to hear y'all thoughts and conversations on not just the Lakers, but I mean, there's three primary teams that have been dealing with struggles that we're not used to seeing, at least as of late. And that's the Golden State Warriors. You got the Los Angeles Lakers, and you got the Phoenix Suns. These are three teams where coming into the season, there were extremely high expectations, right? With the Warriors making the move for Chris Paul. Obviously, there were some people that thought that they might have been the worst of those three teams, but surely not as bad as what we've seen. They've also been dealing with the struggles of Draymond Green. Multiple suspensions, and now that he's back, can they right the ship? But they just haven't looked right all year. When you got a guy like Andrew Wiggins, who has seemingly since they won that championship has fell off the map, and then when you talk about players like Jonathan Kuminga, when you're a number 7 draft pick and you've been sitting in the wayside and you've been given an opportunity to potentially blossom, and none of their draft picks have seemingly been able to blossom over these last few years. Moses Mooney, obviously we know that James Wiseman didn't work either. So what's going on in Golden State? I mean, you still have Steph Curry there. You have Klay Thompson there. Klay Thompson's definitely a shell of himself. But man, things just don't look right in Golden State. And just with all of these teams, I mean, obviously the chatter amongst the Lakers, because their fan base is bigger, has been much larger, but the chatter has been the same nonetheless. When you talk about the Warriors, a lot of people have been questioning, is Steve Kerr the right guy for the job? And are there any particular trades out there that can make that team better? Because what I believe is that fans just don't want to see these players not in the playoff. And that's the way it's starting to look. When you talk about if you put three players that have really helped lead this era of basketball over the last 15, 20 years, it's been LeBron, Steph, and Kevin Durant. And it's starting to look like with all of those three players, just right on here, yeah. All right, my apologies right there, y'all. We back right. And look, y'all, with the tomatoes, man, we don't need all that, man. We good. Raymond says, what's happening? I don't know, man. What's happening? We should be back right now. But look, I'm going to be dropping the link. He says he froze like Bron in the clutch. I don't know when Bron froze in the clutch. Blazers Pip. I mean, he's been pretty clutch over the last 2 years, man. That might be a bad take. But Blazers Pip, man, I would love to see you come up here, man. Definitely come up here and cook on some of these topics that we got for you guys today. But there's one, and actually, Locker Room, who's in the chat, man, he actually discussed this yesterday to a certain degree, and I'm about to put it on the screen here. And this is one of the elements I wanted to talk about because I made a connection that's very surprising. Blazers Pip says, I don't have MJ as the GOAT. Blazers Pip, yeah, I have MJ as the GOAT, unfortunately. I mean, I know that pains you to know that, but yes, I have MJ as the GOAT. I just don't believe he's a perfect player, and I do believe he can be usurped or passed up. You know, I hate it when I hear people talk about this GOAT conversation and they make it sound as if that top spot can never be usurped. All right, I'm going to pull up something. I'm about to put it on the screen for you guys today. I want to share some stuff with you guys because I actually saw the Locker Room. He actually shared this as well. And it was some information from Dreamers Pro community tab, because we know that's a separate and unique fan base in and of itself, a fan base primarily based out of Clipper fans and just LeBron James haters all in one kind of basket right there. But there's, and it's just odd when you look at the game last night. You have a game last night where the Lakers won that game. The Lakers won that game 106-103. They beat the Clippers. This is a game where, it just so happens that a lot of the Clipper fan channels just happen to be some of the biggest LeBron James hate channels. And so I just think with the Lakers winning that game yesterday in the fashion that they were able to win it, it just upset multiple fan bases right there. Hold on, what we got right here? We got a lot of people in here doing a lot of complaining today, y'all. Look, Fentanyl says locker room always on Dreamers Pro nuts. He does it for attention. No, I mean, look, you got to understand Fentanyl. I mean, I know you want to say stuff in the chat that sounds spicy or whatnot, but when you say stuff publicly on a public platform, you open yourself up to criticism. So if Dreamers Pro says a lot of stupid stuff publicly, why can he not be criticized? That's what I mean. Obviously, when he says it publicly, obviously he wants some type of reaction. I just don't know why people get mad when they say things publicly and people actually respond to them publicly. It's kind of wild, man. But that's what you're supposed to do, man. Salute to Van Vega in the chat, man. Look, before we get started here, man, look, I'm gonna drop it in the chat one more time, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Hit the Cash App to support, man. Keep telling you guys, man, the YouTube changed their monetization policies going into 2024, essentially cutting everything that we do by about 75%, yellow flagging so many videos. I don't know, you probably heard other content creators talk about it, but man, especially in the sports sector, is really hurting channels in the sports sector because we cover sports content, we play sports clips. And just with this new AI algorithm that they have going over videos, it's just tough. Sky says the Lakers still trash. Play the video. No, I don't have a video to play today. I'm gonna be bringing you guys up, and we're not just talking about the Lakers. We got the Warriors, we got the Suns, and we got the Lakers. I think all of those teams all of them have a similarity, and the similarity is that they're all going through struggles. Their fan bases are all calling for their coaches to be fired, yet the similarity with all of those teams is that the coach getting fired doesn't necessarily solve any of their biggest problems. And that's aside from the fact that there are no coaches out there that can come in and replace these guys. Not at the moment. And it's just an indictment on the various fan bases out there. My thought process is that, I feel like sometimes Laker fan bases and even the Warriors fan base, even the Phoenix Suns fan base, what they try to do is they try to separate themselves from some of the more toxic fan bases. I would consider the Clippers more of a toxic type of fan base. And then when I hear, not just the Clippers, then you have the fan bases of just people just being haters primarily of a player like LeBron James, haters of players like Kevin Durant. Then you have those toxic fan bases. And so after that game last night, and I'm gonna pull up this community tab screen. Where's it at? Right here. Let me find it. Let me find his comment. Where was that comment at? He's put up so many comments. Like, I don't know. He's put up so many comments that I think Dreamers Pro is just really trying to cope. He's coping really, really bad right now with this loss to the Lakers because it completely goes against a lot of his talking points. But let me share my screen real quick because I just want to share. I want you guys not to look at Dreamers Pro's comments per se, but the comments from the fans. And then I want you guys to ask yourself, these Clipper fans, do they sound like us? That's what I want you guys to ask yourself. All right. Do Clipper fans and Laker fans and Golden State Warrior fans, do you guys have something in common, more in common than you actually think? And I believe to a certain degree that you do. All right. I mean, a lot of these are really, Okay, so here it is right here. This is the comment that I wanted to talk about. Dreamers Pro said, if anyone thinks the game is controlled by refs, you need to watch high school basketball because clearly the NBA is not for you. I'm sorry. You're either in denial or loss. I think he's alluding to the game last night being controlled by refs. And so, you know, my response to that would be, yes, Dreamers Pro, you need to go watch high school basketball. If you start actually watching basketball, Dreamers Pro, you would clearly start to learn that the game is not controlled by refs. That's the one thing you will learn very quickly once you start playing. There's so many factors that go into winning and losing a basketball game. It's very, very rare that players and coaches can actually walk away from a game and say that the refs cost them the game. It's very rare. It's very rare. And so again, so I think I would implore Dreamers Pro to take his own advice, man. My guy, you got to start watching basketball. Just watch basketball. Right. And like seriously watch basketball. Pull up some of these old games. Like as opposed to and then what I would say is watch games that don't involve LeBron James. That way you don't have any biases. I mean, even go watch controversial games where people might say, oh, these are controversial results. It is very, very rare that refs dictate the outcome of a game. Right. You know how many games I've coached with my team when we've blitzed teams by 40 points and the refs have been horrible? If you have a good team and you walk into a gym with a solid squad, there's no ref that can save the other team. I say that all the time to my team is playing. And I know sometimes players can get caught up in the emotions of the refs and getting chirping with the refs. I tell my team all the time, and I know the refs even hear me. I'm a motivate them. I'm clapping at them. I'm saying the refs can't save them. Keep playing. The refs cannot save some of these teams, man. It's just impossible. So again, Dreamers Pro, please just start watching basketball and stop talking in so many narratives, man. I mean, I called it when you came up here. I said, do you want to stay in the TMZ side of this? And it just sounds like he does. Salute to One Cool P pulling up. And I saw Bang Nation, Bang Sports and Entertainment. Salute to Bang, man. Make sure y'all go check out Bang's channel, man. Probably one of the best Laker content creators out there in the game. And then salute to the top mod of our channel, One Cool P, man. Always coming through with the support, man. Salute to One Cool P. Look, here's some of these comments, man. I mean, obviously he has a lot of people coming in here just to come flame him, you know, obviously similar to how Ticket TV was when the Lakers won in 2020. But a lot of people are just coming in here telling them the Clippers literally had more free throws than the Lakers. Did y'all know in the first half, the free throw count was like 14 free throw attempts or 14 free throws to the Lakers, like one. It was ridiculous. Like in the first half, the free throws drastically favored the Clippers. And then by the end of the game, I think the Lakers only went to the free throw line like 12, 13 times compared to the Clippers almost 19, 20 times. It's just odd. So, but what you have in here is you have a lot of people right here. He says right here, he says, everyone get ready for Dreamers Pro video. Proof the NBA refs favored the Lakers to win versus the Clippers. Yeah, I know. The silly stuff like that is coming. You know, it's just, but there's also a lot of people in here that are kind of in agreement with him. The Clipper fans are in agreement with him. When people say that the refs won this game for the Lakers, I want you to come in here and tell me, how did the refs win the game for the Lakers? What did the refs do to win the game? Other than a call fouls, because it's not like they actually calling carries, because they could literally call carry and travel and some of these other calls on almost every few possessions. They're not calling those calls. So outside of the fouls, what are you referring to with regards to the refs controlling the game? It was very evident in this game early that the refs were going to let them be physical, right? We saw AD drive in. We saw him hit Zubac right in the chest. Zubac's arms came down, hit AD in the face. Refs no call early in that game. That let us know right then and there that this was going to be more of a physical game, and the refs are going to let a lot of things go. Those are the games that generally be the best games. I don't like seeing games where there's 1,000 free throw attempts. Those are generally the worst games, especially the optics for TV. So we got a lot of people in here cooking them about this. How did the refs control the game? What did I miss? Exactly. How did the refs? We got this guy right here, though. He says when the over-under is under by 23 points and the scores are below averages, it's obvious the refs interfere with the game. How did the refs interfere with the ball going in the basket? If y'all look at Kawhi Leonard and how he performed yesterday, how are the refs involved in Kawhi Leonard shooting 6 of 17 on the night? How are the refs? How are the refs involved with Ty Lue calling his final timeout with just under 3 minutes to go in the game, leaving them with no timeouts, and then he yanks Kawhi Leonard from the game? Is he gonna either that, or are people gonna start getting on Kawhi Leonard? Because what people are saying is a lot of people are gonna contend that Kawhi Leonard got yanked from the game. No, I believe that if Kawhi Leonard was sitting at the end of a game in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard asked to not be in the game. Clocksucker says, Lamont never gives LeBron criticism. It's sad. Well, Clocksucker, obviously you didn't watch my last two videos. You didn't watch my last two videos then, Clocksucker. You should watch. Yeah, but in one coup P, that's what I'm asking myself. Kawhi Leonard is not going to like getting benched in the end of a game, because remember, we just had a debate where Big Ox Bob he was making the contention that Kawhi Leonard was more clutch than Kevin Durant. It's just odd that happens. And then the next thing you know, this man getting benched in the clutch moments of a game against the Lakers. So I would have to surmise that the man was either hurt or he truly got benched because he was playing that bad. Either way, it looks horrible for this team. And we got some things going on in Golden State. Body language from Steph Curry and Klay Thompson looks horrendous. I don't think they're meshing well with the young guys. Do they need to make a move? The reports coming out are saying that the Lakers are probably not going to make a move to the summer. We just going to have to kind of wait and see, because similar to the Lakers, they're in the same boat. Do they waste another year? Do they waste a year of Steph Curry playing at a high level? Or do they just push through? They just had Chris Paul go down with injury. But his name has already been thrown back in the trade conversations. And we know Chris Paul has just been easy trade bait because of his big contract. He's going to be humongous salary cap relief for some team. And it doesn't him trading Chris Paul doesn't make trades messy. You can almost go player for player in certain situations when you're dealing with two players with bad contracts. That's why I'm kind of really trying to keep an eye. I'm really trying to keep an eye on the Chicago Bulls and the Golden State Warriors. If you talk about making this trade as easy as possible and giving both teams exactly what they want, when you look at the way Klay Thompson has kind of fell off on the perimeter, when you look at Kuminga and Wiggins not really panning out, being those guys, and it's really just been Steph Curry out there. I mean, one could easily say that is the swap. Kuminga, CP3 for Zach LaVine. That would be the most ideal swap. It's not messy with a whole and are the Warriors, and we know the Warriors have the infrastructure to take on bad contracts because they're one of the few teams in the league that owns their own stadium. So we gotta look at all these things. He says, you guys won't admit Dreamers Pro was right. Was right about what? See, Clock, look, let's just drop the link. Because I want, look, Clock. I don't mind you guys in the comment, but sometimes I really want to know. I want you guys to come up here so you guys can explain yourself, because I really want to know what's going through your mind when you say these things. I mean, even Dreamers Pro fans know that he's just not right about a lot of things. because he doesn't talk about matters of fact. He only addresses matters of opinion or narrative. So he shies away from the factual side of things a lot, and rightfully so. That's something I would do as well if you want to push agendas or narratives. I mean, I want to understand where some of y'all come from with these comments, and look, and you gotta understand that clock. You know, Dreamers Pro came up here, man. I didn't overtalk him. We didn't boot him off. We let him say his piece. So don't feel like we're gonna disrespect you or nothing. But we will let you talk. We will let you talk, man. Link is in the chat, man. Let's get some of you guys up here. We got the Lakers, man. Struggles. Calling for Darvin Ham to be fired. Warriors, struggles. Calls for Steve Kerr to be fired. Suns, struggles. A lot of calls in Phoenix for Frank Vogel to be fired. But are these coaches getting fired? Are those the actual solutions to these teams' problems? If you fire Darvin Ham, obviously the next up is going to be Phil Handy to take over the coach. Is Phil Handy going to do a good enough job? Does he solve the problems? Does he fix the substitution issue? Does he address the injury concerns? Does he address some of the things that this team doesn't have? Right? We just saw a sample size last night of what AD would look like if he has a competent big playing alongside of him. Christian Wood just gave you a small sample size of what that looked like. In I think 17 minutes or something to that degree, Christian Wood came in almost a double-double. Hellacious intensity, right? He was most the single and individual factor as to why the Lakers won. Imagine if you put a competent five alongside Anthony Davis, what it could potentially look like, man. Salute, man. We got Astro. Salute to the Hitman, X-Man, and we got Taser Man 17 pulled up in here, man. Appreciate you guys pulling up, man.
Yeah, what's good, Lamont? Hey, first, I got a question real quick. I got to head back in and work. Where are you getting your information that the Suns want Frank Vogel fired? Because I called cap on that shit. Nobody's calling for Frank Vogel. Don't lump us in with the Lakers and the Warriors.
I can pull it up.
No, it's no pull it up. Or pull it up then. If you can pull it up, pull it up. Because I heard nobody holler about nobody want Frank Vogel fired. Our issues has always been injuries, bro. Don't lump us in with the Warriors and the Lakers, who are two incompetent organizations this year. Don't try to put us in that because you want to drive a narrative against the Suns, homie.
I don't want to drive no narrative against the Suns. I have no investment in this. I'm not
saying you do. I'm just trying to figure out what's your real angle, Lamont, because there's no reports about Frank Vogel getting fired this year.
Yes, there are. It's the first thing that pops up right here. Right here. It's the first thing that pops up on the Phoenix Suns Reddit page. That's the first thing that pops up, and that's all fans in there.
We're quoting Reddit. Hey, audience, listen to what Lamont's talking about right now. We're quoting Reddit. One of the most least credible sources. Hold
on, Hitman.
I just got muted for no reason, y'all.
Hold on, Hitman. Reddit is who? Who makes up Reddit?
I'm waiting on you to answer that question, Lamont, because there's a bunch of trolls and
hold on, Hitman. So hold on. Who makes up Reddit? Like when you see a Reddit thread, and then that Reddit thread has literally thousands of comments supporting it, or not in support of it. Who is that? Is that one media outlet and one
common
individual?
Common guys like myself.
Hold on. So if Reddit is the fans talking, so what's more credible? If I said that the fans are calling for Frank Vogel to be fired, would it be more credible for me to look for a Bleacher Report article of one sports writer saying it, or on a Reddit thread where there's literally thousands of fans saying it in Reddit threads and comments?
It will probably be Bleacher Report, because most of the time, because see, I don't have Reddit, so it'll probably be Bleacher Report, because most of the time we get our news from Bleacher Report before Reddit. You don't hear anybody sourcing Reddit over Bleacher Report.
Yes, no. So you trust?
It sounds like a reach to me, Lamont. Yeah, I trust, because it sounds like a reach to me.
Okay, so all right, so you trust something that I call Fadeaway World, Bleacher Report, Clutch Points. That's called aggregate media. It's the absolute least credible sources you go to. So if you want to say that Bleacher Report is credible to you, then that's fine. You can run with that.
No. I'm gonna say whatever I hear on Reddit is not credible because it's the same sources that you've gotten a lot of your information from.
Hold on, but you're just one Phoenix Sun fan that's not even here in Arizona. You're in Texas.
It doesn't matter if I'm here in Arizona. I haven't been wrong too much. I haven't been wrong.
Hold on, Hitman. You are a Phoenix Sun fan that's not in Arizona. I'm in Arizona around Arizonians every day. At least I talk to the people here. I'm here. I'm at the stadium and I go to the games. I know what the chatter is. You're in Texas and you're telling me that you're sourcing your information from Bleacher Report about what the fans want. You're just one fan. You probably don't want him fired.
I didn't say Bleacher Report, Lamont. That's the point. I didn't say Bleacher Report, Lamont. You ain't sourcing. Hold on.
Okay. No, hold on. Hold on, Hitman. Hold on. Something's wrong with your mic. Your connection going bad. Your mic is messed up. You got to fix it. Fix your mic. Something's wrong with your mic.
Can you hear me?
So all I'm
saying. Can you hear me, Lamont? Yes or no?
Okay. So yeah, I hear you. So Hitman, name the Phoenix Sun fan group that you talk to, and we'll pull them up on the screen.
Suns Geek. Suns Jam.
Can I pull
PNX podcast.
Hold on. Hitman X. Calm down.
Stop doing that, Lamont. I'm not.
Hold on, Hitman X. You gotta stop. We trying to have a conversation. I'm not trying to. And Taser Man, you got background noise. You got to mute your mic until you fix that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up your Facebook. So I can go to Facebook right now. I can pull up any Phoenix Suns fan group, and I promise you what we'll see is talks about Frank Vogel getting fired. Now, if we do that, Hitman X, would you be willing to make a bet on that, Hitman X? Would you be willing to make a bet on that?
Am I off mute? You put me on mute again?
Would you be willing to make a bet that Phoenix Suns?
A bet on what, Lamont? Did I say something about Frank Vogel getting fired?
No. See, you keep making this about you. I'm talking about the masses. Just because you individually, as the lone Phoenix Sun fan in Texas, don't want Vogel fired, doesn't mean the masses don't want him fired. You keep trying to speak for all Phoenix Suns fans as if you the representation of everything that they say. You aren't. I'm in.
What's the correlation? What's the correlation of
Hold on. I literally am in Phoenix as we speak.
And you're still making shit up, Lamont.
I deal with Phoenix Suns fans every single day. I don't think Hitman X, outside of me, Hitman X knows 0 people in Phoenix. Come on, y'all got to stop with this fake stuff. I don't try to. I'm not. If Hitman X wants to speak for all, if he wants to speak for all Phoenix Suns fans, speak for all Phoenix Suns fans. He can try. That's
you don't speak for Phoenix Suns at all. You stay in Arizona, Lamont. You speak for no Suns fans at all, and you're staying.
No, Hitman X, you just mad right now. You just mad because I've grouped you guys up and put you guys in the same category with Lakers and Warriors fans.
Yes, I am mad about that.
As delusional fan bases that want their coaches fired just because their team is doing bad.
Right.
I've just and look.
Hey, y'all, audience, that came from nobody from Phoenix Suns Nation. That came from
Hold on. You don't represent Phoenix Suns Nation. You live in Texas.
Neither do you. And you live in Arizona, Lamont. Neither.
You would be more credible talking about the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Put me on mute. Yeah, I know, Lamont. I know. Because that's all you can do.
All you're doing is making the audio bad. Because you just over talking, trying to make the audio bad. That's all something's wrong with your mic too, Hitman X. Your mic is messing up. And Taser Man, you got background noise. Please fix your background voice, Taser Man. Hitman X, we can't hear you. You put yourself on mute. You got to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
How you gonna tell me to unmute myself and you put me on mute, nigga? Like I said, you said I'm not really a sign.
Hold on, Hitman X. You gotta listen.
Is it still
hold on, Taser Man. Hold on. Hitman X, when your mic messes up like that, the StreamYard automatically puts you on mute because your connection keeps lagging and it keeps making you pop in and out. So you got to fix your mic. You keep yelling and crying, saying I'm putting you on mute, and it's your own StreamYard doing it. Fix your connection, man. That's all I'm saying. Fix it. I'm not putting you on mute. Your connection keeps going in and out and it's messing you up. Nah, he dropped out. All right, bro. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, look, y'all. Nah, you better now. That's what I'm saying. The delusion. It's the delusion, man. Phoenix, he came up here saying, we don't want our coach fired. Yes, y'all do. You got to stop lying. Like I said, he a Phoenix Sun fan that ain't never touched down in Phoenix. He's never talked to an Arizonian. That is the chatter going on out here. No, what? I can't let him talk because his connection messing up innocent until. What you want me to do with him? His connection messing up. He at work. What you want me to do? And then he come up here trying to talk for all Phoenix Suns fans. Look here, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna let Taser Man go. I'm gonna pull up all these Phoenix Sun groups that are calling for Frank Vogel to get fired. Watch. And then Hitman X is what is he gonna do? He's gonna come up here and say that them ain't real fans. Go ahead, Taser Man.
Oh man, I've been watching your show a little bit. I like what y'all doing, man. I just want to say it's crazy that anytime teams struggle, people be quick to just trade everybody or fire people, and it's kind of whack. Obviously, with the Warriors, the Lakers, and the Suns, they all in the same boat because they have players that's getting older. Father time is ticking, and they don't have much time to try to win a championship. But hopefully, if they get it right, especially with the Lakers, they've been there before. So I'm gonna try to trust that LeBron and AD will figure it out. It was a great win last night. I am in complete shock what LeBron is doing at this age. So I can't criticize him on anything, good or bad, for me personally. And yeah, it was a great game. He played some great defense on Kawhi. The team needed that, and hopefully this could be the start. They need something just to get them on the right path. Because if they win a couple games, people gonna say they're gonna win a championship. They lose one game after this. Oh, fire Darvin Ham. That's crazy, man. Like sometimes teams go through it, and you just got to give them some time. Like I get it. Like I said, they have players that are older. Father time is ticking on certain guys. I don't know what's going on with the Warriors. They just, something that just had to shake, man. It's just been crazy what's going on.
What do you think the solution is with the Warriors?
I think, one, they need to bench Klay Thompson, man. I've been a huge Klay supporter for so long. Obviously, I was hoping that he could come back from the injuries and it wouldn't be too detrimental to him. But clearly, those injuries have really taken a toll on him. Maybe just come off the bench. I think Steve Kerr, to me, he's just not been a good development coach in terms of drafting and developing guys. Kuminga, Moody, they still in that process of they want to win, so they don't want to play the young guys so they can make the mistakes that they need to make to grow. And it's just getting in the way of each other. Obviously, they've always been that team playing small ball. And I've never liked small ball, but it worked. And you always got to do what works. Maybe try to find a big or something or a couple more wings. But I don't know, man. It's just, yeah, I'm with you, Lamar. I don't know why teams and fan bases always calling for coaches or teams to trade everybody as soon as they struggle. This is the same thing last year. The Lakers struggling. Obviously, they made that huge trade, but it's a long season, man. We know they're still going to be there when the time comes. The other teams, we assume that maybe the Warriors might be the exception, but Phoenix and the Lakers, we assume they're still going to be there. Hopefully, they could be right at the right time, and we'll see. But I don't know, man. It's crazy.
All right, man. Salute, man. We got us. We got Vin Vega in here. Vin Vega, what's good, man? What's wrong with these fans, man?
The thing is this: we live in a microwave society. Okay, like with the advent of social media and how fast we are to discard content, it's the same thing that is applicable to rooting for teams. I'm 50 years old, so I'm from an era where I grew with my team. I took the beatings with my team. I was a brown bag wearer over the face with the team, but I still stayed with my team. These young folks, no disrespect to them because we need the youth. This is how we propel society. But these young folks don't have the patience and they don't have the desire. And another thing, young folks are so comfortable with other people doing research for them. Again, I'm not here to degrade young people, but it's so easy to go after low-hanging fruit. And I just think that when someone hears what they believe to be a good idea, it's so easy for them to repeat it than to push back against it. So in the case of Darvin Ham, right? I'm from another channel, and Lamont, you're there, and every day it's the same vitriol for him. And I am a deep diver, pause, in the game of basketball. And I don't see what everyone else sees concerning him. It's the patience of the Laker fan that is superseding the real facts as to what's happening with the Lakers. We're an injured team. We've been injured since the beginning. And you can't get a true assessment of what your team is going to be until you have the pieces that you signed. And because people are super intolerant and people are very, what's the word I'm looking for? People are in a hurry to win games that haven't even been played yet. This is the conundrum that we're in now.
Yeah, he's right about that, man. Skylar, what you got on it?
Yeah. Lamont, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man. What's good?
The biggest problem is that they don't know how to build a team. We dealing with the 2K generation, man. They think you put all these stars on one team and they're supposed to win. So when it don't happen, the first person they have to blame is the coach. That's what they do. You didn't know that? Like if you go back and you look at like the Chicago Bulls, all the great teams, in the league, like you had a guy that got rebounds like Dennis Rodman. You had a guy that scored and played defense like Scottie Pippen. You had a scorer. Now you like, oh, we're going to put LeBron on the same team. We're going to put KD on the same team. We're going to put Bradley Beal on the same team. Oh, they're supposed to win. So boom, when it's not working, the first thing they got to blame the coach. Oh, it's the coach. It's the coaching. It's the coaching. To make a society, and you know this, Lamont, everybody got to play their part. Everybody can't do the same thing. Everybody can't do the same thing and expect winning results. That's not gonna happen. And that's the problem with the Lakers, the Phoenix Suns, well, I'm not gonna really clown the Warriors because they did get championships out of it. I just think they don't trust their young players. Out of all three of those teams, I believe they're in the best position on building a team, and they'll become relevant quicker than them other two teams. Because now they waiting on the next star to come available, so they could get the next star. But what they don't even realize is the whole league then flipped. Everybody that's good now, LeBron then traded them away. Who they gonna go back and get? Brandon Ingram? He had him. Who they gonna go back and get? All the good players that's playing good today because the league then flipped. The Lakers didn't have them. Who they gonna go get? Julius Randle? Lamont, tell me who they could go get that's gonna elevate that team that they didn't have. And it's the same thing with the Clippers that the Clippers didn't have. Name them.
Yeah, you make a compelling point there.
Name them.
I totally agree with you. You make a compelling point there. I would just add, with what you're saying and the correctness, I would just say this. It goes back to what you initially said. Just going to get to a point to where because these kids are making trades on 2K and they no longer believe in chemistry, they just assume things are going to work. The ability to be patient will become null and void. It'll be more and more impatience. And again, it's so easy to go after low-hanging fruit. It's so easy to say, okay, fire the coach. And the thing is they're not even thinking about a replacement. They're not even understanding that all of these schemes and stuff that were implemented, they're implemented in the off season. And then you take the whole season to live with the results. No one's even paying attention to that. There used to be a time where go ahead, brother.
And not just that. Just like I said, bro, the players that flip in the coaches, like what coach they could go get that's not new or was an assistant coach? Who they gonna go get that's a championship coach right now to say, hey, And right now, they got all the best coaches that was in the league. They begged for Darvin Ham. Last year, they begged for Darvin Ham.
Yeah,
They fired a guy that
Hey,
won the
can I
championship.
show y'all one thing real quick? Let me show y'all one thing real quick. And I know Hitman X had to get back to work, but I know he's gonna come back and watch this, y'all. So Hitman X says his Phoenix Suns fan, they ain't part of this delusional fan base that we see in Golden State and that we see in LA as far as wanting to fire their coach whenever things go wrong. This is what he said, right? Right. So if I wanted to, I could probably clip 300 to 400 of these different posts, right? I'm just going to give you guys a small sample size. I'm sure you guys can find them all. So this is from Phoenix Suns group right here, right? The group that Hitman X is in. This was posted in that group. Phoenix Suns in a bad situation. In the article, how much of this can be attributed to Frank Vogel and the job he's doing. And the article is highly critical of Frank Vogel. And in another group, Phoenix Suns fans, this was posted on December 22nd, 2023. Just fire Vogel already. Gosh, right? 40 likes on this right there. You go to KD Nation, right? They put the question in the chat. December 23rd, 2023. Should the Phoenix Suns consider firing Frank Vogel? And if you look at the comments on this post, it's over 1.4K people like who said he needs to get fired. 1.4K, right? Hitman X. Y'all just as delusional as everybody else, man. Y'all want to fire y'all coach too. And it ain't, and the thing is, I know it's not the solution. You know it's not the solution. Unfortunately, fan bases don't think as sensibly as most people, right? And I know that Phoenix Suns fans are just as delusional as any other fan base. So you got to stop, man. He got to stop with this, man.
Oh, Lamont, listen what I'm telling you. The top, them teams been on top of the league forever. All of them the same. I agree with you all. I'm like me. That's why I can be neutral in this. I'm a Pelican fan. Like, we okay if we just make it to the second round because we know we building. It's a big difference. Them, every year they supposed to go, let's just, and I always say this, Lamar, you know I say this. Let's just make the Lakers play the Warriors and the Clippers or the Suns every game of the season into the championship. Like, they don't think nobody else could get better or should get better. Think about it. They use all the other teams is how would I say it? Practice facilities. When a player do get good, what they do is they snatch them. Now it's to the point where the Lakers so bad, they recycling the people they got rid of and bringing them back. they bad, man. They ain't want to pay Schroeder. They bring him back. Your boy, who they got on their team now, and they saying trade him again for the second time. And we know he not the fault.
Well, I mean, the solution for all these teams is really right in front of them. The problem is that the solution to all of their problems, if they stick with the solution, it means that they don't win a championship this year. But these fan bases, right? A lot of these, especially the Laker fan base, they become so spoiled because they're used to being great on a year in and year out basis that they don't ever want to play the long game. And the way the NBA is designed now with the new CBA that's forcing teams to develop your own talent, keep your own young players. The new CBA is forcing teams, look, you're going to have to start playing the long game. All of this trying to recreate new teams every year and trading guys, those days are over with this new second tax apron. So the reality is hitting these teams that like right now, I know the Warriors are probably in back offices trying to concoct what trade can we make to salvage this year and hopefully we can make a run. These teams are having difficulty trying to come up with those trades because when you look at the new CBA and when you look at some of the penalties involved in trying to craft these teams, it just ain't worth it. Because the Phoenix Suns and a lot of teams are looking at the Suns. They got a big three, but what are they struggling with? They struggling with being able to go attain guys to put around that big three. So when a Bradley Beal goes down,
because they don't have the money.
Yeah, when Bradley Beal goes down, when Devin Booker goes down with injury, and only two of them stars are out there, they're still very beatable by anybody. because they absolutely have nobody else to support it. And the Lakers, again, fans are calling for them to do something stupid. I don't think Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka are going to do something stupid. I think they're going to play more so the long game and then trust that the stars that they do have in place can keep them competitive and give them an opportunity. That would be the best move.
Exactly.
But we just have
Can
to
I
kind of
add
wait
something to that?
Yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
add something?
The stars just got to be stars, man.
Can I add something to that real quick? Before you guys chime in, let me add something real quick. I'm a Lakers fan. Lakers fans, and I'm going to say this with sincerity, Lakers fans are like petulant children. And as soon as we lose, their brains go blank. And the first click that they see that jives with the narrative, for example, as soon as we get a loss, they don't even dive into how it happened or what happened. The first thing they see, if they see anyone says, fire Darvin Ham, they automatically assimilate. They automatically say,
hey, saying stuff like that, you must not be a Lakers fan. Blaming the younger generation and all that.
Well, the thing is this. No, it's not that. It's not that. The thing is this. I said it in my intro. We live in an era now where I'm an older person, so I have patience. These younger fans, they don't have patience because they've seen championships.
That's not true. Dr. Buss did not have no patience. He wanted to win every year. That's not true.
No. Wait a minute. Just because he yelled and complained.
His regime. It's a new regime with the Lakers.
Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute. No, you're wrong. Just because he yelled and complained. All right, well, it's a matter of opinion. And the one thing I am going to do is I'm going to respect you on this panel. I'm not going to speak over you, and I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm going to respect you. It's just a difference of opinion. But let me just finish it, and then you can attack it. Dr. Buss, just because he was angry and upset and miserable about losing, he still went back to the drawing board. He still went back, and he did everything that he could so that we could be in the winning columns. So the difference between watching Dr. Buss do it, right, angrily, and watching people now do it is the patience is completely dissolved. So Buss would still get behind guys when they didn't play well. But the fans now, they don't get behind guys when they're not playing well. The first thing they say is trade them and get them out of there. And this is game by game. I was just in somebody else's chat 2 nights ago when Taurean Prince went over. And everybody was talking about trade Taurean. But last night, you hear people saying, oh, he hits timely shots. Well, which one is it?
You know that's the LeBron effect.
Oh, that's another conversation.
That don't have nothing to do with the Lakers.
No, but
all right, I have a question for y'all. By y'all being Laker fans, how many picks y'all got?
We got three. We got three coming available in June. We only have one to trade for February 15th. We only have one available then. But when June comes around, we have an additional 3 first rounds that will be available. And I said this to Lamont 2 weeks ago. I don't think the Lakers are going to make a move. I think they're going to stand pat. And when I said that, people went crazy.
I think they should. I think they should too.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I chime in real quick? Hey, Lamont,
yes, please.
We spoke the other day, Lamont, right? And I was saying the stars just got to be stars, right? And how NBA games, most of the games are close games. It comes down to a shot or two. Yesterday, LeBron, he played like a star. They were up, 3 points? He hit a big go-ahead shot to put them up. Because remember, James Harden hit the 3 right after that. That's sometimes all it comes down to. Sometimes we make it more complicated than it is. The stars like LeBron, the Ant Davises, y'all got to be who the fuck y'all are. Y'all got to be stars and play like it. This is why they get paid the big bucks. We don't care what you do first through third, fourth quarter. We know we got LeBron. That's why we win. Simple as that. Sometimes that's all it is. We could bring in Zach. You could bring in Zach LaVine. You could bring in Klay Thompson. You still gonna get that close game that's within a basket. And when it comes to that close, you say to yourself, I got LeBron and y'all don't. That's why
it's a make or miss. It's a make or miss league.
Sometimes. So when
it's a make or miss league. You're right.
You can fire Lamont, you coach. They could fire Darvin Ham and hire you. You could run the perfect sets. If they don't make the shots that you know they're supposed to make, then everything that you wrote up is irrelevant. So it can't fall back on you. These guys are getting good sets. They're getting open shots. You got to make them. The stars have to be stars. That's all it is sometimes.
Well,
Sometimes
that's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people who are familiar with the locker room, Reggie's content. I heard Reggie say something interesting. He's been saying it over the last couple of streams, and to me, it's kind of odd. But he says, they finally win this game, and he says once again, we have another game where Brian and AD have to carry this team, and I'm like,
that's what they're supposed to do.
Well, I'm saying, the last time I checked, I said both these guys making well over $30 million a season. I'm like, I'm saying, what else are they supposed to do?
They both top 10, top 5, depending on who you
and then when you talk about the obviously the marginal contributions of guys like a Cam Reddish or Torian Prince and Austin Reeves, when I start looking at the dollars and cents next to their name, well, Christian Wood,
preach.
I mean, it's a minimum deal. When I look at Cam Reddish, he making. So the thing is, these guys who making lesser money, of course you expect. It just seems like to me sometimes these guys are like who are making minimum money, like a Cam Reddish who's really struggling to find his way in the league. People be wanting him to come out there and drop 35 every night. It's just like, man, what are y'all? I said, this is the life. This is the life of the team. Like, especially if you'll get a third star. This is going to be this is what you have in your future. A whole bunch of minimum guys where you never know what they're going to be able to give you on a night in and night out basis.
Because the money is top heavy.
You're going to get from the LeBrons and the AD. Yo, the NBA is hard, man. This is the hardest league in the world. We be acting like it's supposed to be given to people. This shit is hard. Like Lamar, we talk about efficiency all the time. To shoot 50, to make every other shot is amazing. Just like in baseball, to hit 3 out of 10 is amazing. This is the hardest league, man. We want to make it easy. Let's bring this person here. Yo, go get the shit done. Like you said, if you got a D-Lo, you got a LeBron, and you got an AD. Give me anybody else. We're gonna figure this shit out. Because I'm the man. I'm that good. Give me another solid player that can hold it down for me, and we can win the rest. It's a hard league, man. It's not supposed to be easy. Nobody deserves a title because they've been in the league forever or because they're that good. Go out there and prove it.
And also, injuries matter. Injuries matter. Guys,
but Miami had injuries too, and they beat LA. Like, everybody's hurt. Everybody's hurt during the year.
That's not my argument. That's not my argument, because you're right there. You've been cooking for the last 2 minutes. So I'm gonna give you your props in this moment. You've been cooking, right? But what I want to say is this. I just want to give you this. Like the thing that drives me insane about some of these casual fans is, yo, one guy being injured can really upset the apple cart, because Gabe Vincent, people have forgotten about how good that guy is. I think he's helped stabilize that guard play in LA, and we don't have him, and that's a major issue. And when I'm in these chats listening to people, they gloss over all of that stuff. There's so many guys that are injured that are pivotal for rotations, even to spell guys. So it's so important when you study the game and you really pay attention to what's happening. It's so easy to go after low-hanging fruit. It's so easy to be like, yo, it's on the coach. And by the way, it's not just one coach. It's like 7 coaches out there.
At minimum.
And y'all put me, I'm a Pelicans fan. I ain't scared to say it. And y'all put players on a pedestal that shouldn't be on a pedestal. Prime example, AD. When AD don't have a bad game, when AD have a bad game, the first thing y'all say, oh man, AD been horrible. AD, he been an average player. AD is not.
I disagree with you.
All right. That's hold on. Well, I need y'all to answer this question for me. And look, this facts, and y'all can look at this. This what I mean. This what I mean. Y'all put him on a pedestal. This what I mean. Y'all put him on a pedestal. None of y'all talk about how Drew Holiday was able to go over there with Giannis and get a ring, and he played with Drew Holiday all those years and couldn't get one. But the farthest they ever made it is when they had Cousins.
Did you see the Western Conference when they played the Warriors? Did you see
y'all using the conference?
Nah, bro. He wasn't come down to it. Don't just.
He wasn't even making the playoffs, though.
But my brother, respectfully.
Man, he made the playoffs twice.
He swept the Portland Trailblazers.
One time. He made the playoff twice. How you gonna tell me and I'm a Pelican fan?
Hold on, brother. You
He
just
made it twice. That one time when they had Boogie, and Boogie was the man. When Boogie Foot got hurt that game, they went out the next round.
Rondo
I'm
was
a
there.
Pelican
Rondo,
fan.
brother. Rondo was
In
there.
Rondo.
Wait a minute. Listen, real quick. Let me just because I want to stay on what you're on. So Rondo was there to help the psyche of that team. If you paid attention, you say you're a fan. If you paid
Yeah.
attention to all of the information that was talked about during those series and how cerebral Rondo was, that helped change the dichotomy of their twin towers, of those two guys. That was what happened. So when you sit here and say things like one guy is the difference between him winning and not, that's disingenuous, bro. It's way deeper than that. And I know you're a fan, and I respect you.
No, I'm telling you what's true. That's the point I'm getting at about the Lakers. Y'all look at players like the player's supposed to automatically win. No, he's not. What y'all?
Rondo and the team.
I'm taking.
Anthony Davis helped the Lakers win a championship, and he's averaging 25 points currently right now. He's actually been
Anthony Davis is a top 10 player in
Tell me, look, you say, this is the point I'm getting at.
Hey, y'all, let's not talk. This is not about the Pelicans and Anthony Davis.
No,
This
we
is
ain't
not
talking about the Lakers.
the
We
rabbit
talking
hole.
about. We not talking about the Pelicans. We talking about the Lakers. What I'm saying is the Laker fans put players in positions where they think we good,
No,
and they really not good.
no,
They
Sky,
average
no,
players.
Sky. That's not. So what puts these players in the position is the money you get paid. As soon as AD signed that humongous extension, where by the end of that extension, he's going to be making close to $60 million a year. That's what puts him in this elevated position, and that's what puts you under more scrutiny. It's the money that you make, and this is why people are talking about Zach LaVine. What are they saying about Zach LaVine? They're saying he has the worst contract in the league because he can't play up to that level, and he hasn't lived up to that level of a $40 million player. And so that's why they're saying he's a whore. So the thing is, it's not
I agree
the
with
fan,
you, Lamar.
it's the money.
I agree with you. That's the point I'm getting at. He's not worth what they giving him.
No, he
That's
is not.
exactly what I'm giving him.
He's worth.
Well, I mean, only time will tell. Only time can tell.
You saying the same thing I'm saying, Lamar?
That's actually cap, though.
That's cap.
He was
very
instrumental. He was very instrumental into why they got to the Western Conference Finals last year, and he was very instrumental to when they won that championship in the bubble. End of the day, what Anthony Davis and LeBron James did since becoming Lakers, it been far better than what you see with the Clippers. And for people to try to make the Clippers a team that the Clippers still got to prove it. But they got to prove it before I believe.
Oh no, the Clippers trash too. Yeah. I'm not putting the Clippers on their trash too.
So
I agree with you.
The Lakers are a bad matchup for the Clippers, and I think they in the 7-game series. I got the Lakers winning that series in 6 games. Easy.
Ain't nobody saying to fire Tyrone Lue because Lue ain't do nothing either.
I do. I think he a terrorist. But I be just
I don't think he a terrorist.
I
just think that the Clippers don't take care of
my thing is,
but as a Kawhi fan, they don't deserve no benefit.
I believe that if you want the coach fired, you got to be able to tell me what the viable solution is if you want the coach fired. Because
I agree with you, Lamar. I agree with you.
That's all I'm saying. Like you fired Darvin Ham. Well, imagine what life is going to look like with Phil Handy as your coach for the rest of the year. Imagine that.
They don't even know who their next coach gonna be. You giving it to Phil Handy. That's what they saying. Phil Handy.
Well, it would have to be.
I don't know about Phil Handy being the coach.
It would be Chris Jenner, Phil Handy. It would be Chris Jenner, Phil Handy.
Lamar, I know what you saying, but we talking about Laker fans. They got their own. That's where they delusional at. They got their own mind on who's gonna be the next coach. They ain't saying no Phil Handy. I guarantee you they ain't saying Phil Handy. They delusional.
Did you guys?
I understand
they talked about Doc Rivers, but I think they'll be worse.
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers is the most overrated coach in history. I don't get Doc Rivers.
No, nobody want Doc. Did you
He's the most overrated coach in history, bro.
Listen, did you guys hear Christian Wood's post-game interview last night when he talked about Darvin Ham? And he talked about his relationship with Darvin Ham. Did you hear that?
Now, what did you say?
No,
okay, I want y'all to go back. I want y'all to go back and watch the post game. They said, what do you think about all the fans and all the blogs chirping about him being fired and blah blah blah? Christian Wood said he signed up for this job. He knew what he was getting into. I'm from LA, so we all know how it goes. I guarantee you he's not even paying attention to it. So when you hear a player that is solely there on a minimum because of his relationship with the coach, that's just one player. This is the thing that I've been telling everybody. He has the support of the players. Yeah, you may not like his body language. He may have his hands in his pockets. It doesn't mean that he's not coaching players. It doesn't mean that he's not checking egos. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have great relationships with the players. And then another thing I want to add, I don't understand why people don't believe that LeBron James isn't just as great of a coach, if not a better coach, than the coach that they have. And then you want to bring somebody in here that's going to try to coach LeBron, who knows more basketball than probably anybody on earth, to try to coach him hard.
Oh, stop. No, he doesn't. What the hell is you?
Wait a minute.
Told you, man. These people crazy, man.
Wait a minute.
These people crazy.
Wait a minute.
Look at this delusion ass shit. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
They're crazy, man.
Look at this delusion. Go ahead, bro.
You are
Go
going
ahead.
too far.
Let him land. Let him land.
Hold on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You guys don't believe that LeBron James has forgotten more basketball than most guys know? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
You talking about what? Head coaches and guys that have been head coaches and guys that have been in the league before? That's what you talking about? Like you said, anybody in the world.
LeBron has seen every single set, every single scenario.
This guy's been head coaches before LeBron was the guy.
Yeah, but the one thing about that is this. The beautiful thing about what we're witnessing is LeBron has been able to change his ideology through playing for 21 years. You got guys that have coached, like, I'll give you an example, like Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was this tremendous, amazing coach, right? An incredible coach. Then he goes to New York and destroys New York because his philosophies haven't changed over the years. But when you have somebody like a
coach, though.
It doesn't matter.
That's just a stupid comment, man. Just admit it. Just admit it.
Let him finish.
Let him finish.
Listen. My man. Here's one thing I'm going to do with you. You can disagree with me, right? But I have so much respect for people when I speak to them. Treat me with the same respect. I never once said that any of your stuff is stupid or any of that stuff.
I haven't said anything.
Well, I'm talking to the gentleman that said that my take was stupid. That's so remedial.
Hey, Ven, let me ask you a question, brother.
Yes.
So do you think because LeBron, like you said, has forgotten more basketball than I guess some coaches can learn? Like,
delusional.
Hold on real quick. So you're not saying that he, I don't know, so you're not saying that he shouldn't be coached, right?
No. I'm not saying that. No. All great players need to be coached.
Right.
But what I'm saying is the people that they want to replace Darvin Ham with are not viable candidates because of the players that you have. That was going to be my turnaround. That's where I was trying to get to. So when and I'm so happy that you allowed me to speak on that, because this is exactly what I be talking about. People will hear one part of your conversation and they'll finish my sentences for me. Y'all stopped at me saying LeBron has forgotten more basketball than a lot of coaches know. All I was trying to do was tie it into who you're going to bring in, because that's the original point that Lamont was making about you want to be in such a hurry to fire coaches. Who are you going to bring in that's going to be able to take that task on?
But you got to understand, the Lakers generally don't fire coaches during the season, though. So 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen anyway.
Well, Mike Brown is the one exception.
No, Mike Brown got fired 8 games into the season.
Mike Brown and Luke Walton is the only ones.
Yeah, because they wanted Luke Walton to be the coach all along, though. So it was kind of
Hold on, but when you talk about when was the last time? I mean, it's very rare. I mean, it's happened, but it's just very rare that a team with 2 stars to the level that the Lakers have will fire their coach mid-season because it can significantly hurt your chances of winning a championship. I just don't. There's no real replacement. It does not do anything. They're not gonna fire Ham. It's not a realistic solution.
That was probably David Black.
I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I'm saying it's very rare when it does happen.
I was just saying that was probably the last time.
Yeah, it's very rare that it actually happens. Now you might see bad teams, like I remember the Hawks did it mid-season with Nate McMillan, but that was a team with really no real expectation. So you might see teams with no real expectation do it to kind of change the culture of the team or the dynamic of the team. But there's no way they do it this year. It's just not. It doesn't solve any problems. Like I can point to so many things that's going wrong with this Laker team that's on the court. That if you add these things, since Darvin Ham has proven that if you give him the right pieces, he can. That fit. This team can go far. He got them to the Western Conference Finals. They did win the in-season tournament. He's done more in the last 2 years than most NBA coaches in the league.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I mean, that's
a real coach.
I don't know. Like,
hold on, guys. Is this the same coach I just saw running the zone in the first quarter, sending players under screens when we get shot by?
Hold on. Ghost Town. Ghost Town. I thought him running that zone when Westbrook came in was a great idea, which it actually worked.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
No, explain how it worked. Have a conversation.
This is
no. I want him to explain why it didn't work.
First of all the players we got on our team, we don't need to be running no zone like that anyway.
Bro, you have to change your strategy.
So obviously it worked.
Bro, no, it didn't. Wait a minute.
They won the game, though.
I think he did a good job with rotations too.
Hold on, y'all. No, what I'm saying is
we won because we weren't playing stupid and we weren't giving.
But it's not because all over they didn't stay in the zone the entire game. They ran it. It's called situational. They saw Russ coming in at the end of the quarter. They went small, so they went zone. It was a strategy.
About that game. That's why I said I'm not talking about this game. Not talking about last night. I'm talking about when y'all was defending or trying to defend Darvin Ham. Bro, there's some stuff that's indefensible. Something
like what?
Playing Austin Reeves like 35 minutes a game.
No, he's not averaging 35 minutes a game.
Who else are they gonna play?
So he be over 30. If he over 30 minutes, that's too many for a bench ride.
Like I just said, go who else they gonna play?
Anybody but him. Bro, listen.
But Austin Reeves is our third leading scorer.
Hold on, no.
How you look at your injury report every game?
Listen, hold on. That's
how you look at your injury report every game.
Man, it don't matter. If we trying to
develop,
what do you mean it don't matter? It literally tells what you have available.
Y'all let Ghost Town talk, please.
This is the reason why Darvin Ham keep doing this nonsense. Because we got people defending stupid stuff, man. The dude is doing stupid stuff and y'all defending it. There is no reason to play Austin Reeves that many minutes when he's been exhausted in the games. He's not playing no defense, and then when he get exhausted, he can't make a bucket because he's playing too many minutes.
Hold on, let me do this to help you out.
So he don't need to be in there that long.
Ghost Town, let me do this to help you out. I'm gonna do this to help you out, Ghost Town.
I've been waiting to see Christie for the longest.
Ghost Town. I'm just doing this to help you out. Okay, so if you remember, D'Lo was hurt, so there was really no D'Lo to go to, because you're talking about your guard play on the perimeter. If you guys got background noise, please mute your background. And somebody also has an echo, man. So when we look at this right here, so with all the injuries that they've had, obviously there's been points in time this year where Vanderbilt was hurt. You have Gabe Vincent obviously out. You had Cam was out for a little bit. So when you look at this right here, if Austin Reeves in the depth chart doesn't play 30 minutes, looking at this depth chart, if you remove D'Angelo Russell, who do you give that time to?
I just said Christie.
Okay, now let's say so. Are you so that means you would have to tell me that the swapping Christie's minutes with Austin Reeves or splitting some of their minutes leads to wins. What games that they've lost can you honestly say that if you reduce Reeves's minutes, it will lead to a win in this particular game?
None,
Good
because it would
question.
be all hypothetical. But what I'm telling you is it's not giving us the best chance to win. We not. If you telling me that we gonna win, I can't say that. I can't tell nobody we will win those games. But I know we don't have the best chance of winning by running little Austin Reeves in the ground when he can't defend, and when he's tired, he's not giving us anything offensively. So how is that smart to keep on playing him 30 minutes or plus a game? It's not.
No, but
he's not gonna give you nothing anyway.
remember,
so you might well go down the bench
Ghost Town,
and find something.
But Ghost Town,
that's not what I'm on his head about. Also, the fact that Christian Woods was not playing none of them games that's unexcusable, bro. He went through all those games not playing this dude at all. So what is he looking for? Because I'm thinking, dude, if you supposed to be looking for defense,
that's not
playing
true.
a non-defensive player more than half the game ain't gonna get you there.
But
Christian Woods played 32 games out of the.
But Christian Wood struggles on defense himself, though.
Exactly, Ghost Town. In the beginning of the season, I was a strong proponent of playing Woods until I saw him in the defensive sets, and he was not executing. So because he wasn't executing, he had to sit. This is why you had that defensive lineup, because that was the lineup that won us the in-game tournament. Remember when we came out the in-game tournament, we all were saying, listen, we hanging our hats on the defensive side of the ball, and we're gonna do these pin downs, and we're gonna do these pick and rolls, and because we're not an offensive team, we a defensive team. This is why he plays that lineup, that super big, everybody 7 foot wingspan lineup with Cam, with Vando, and recently he brought Austin Reeves back in because it's not enough offense. So I respect your argument, but it's not based on facts, because the guys that you want to play, Max Christie, he hasn't shown us enough for you to have the confidence to play him a lot of minutes, because he makes mistakes and he's not super offensive, right? So this is why you go with your offensive guys. So I respect where you're coming from, tremendous amount of respect for where you're coming from, but I just don't believe that it's based in truth. It's based hypothetical.
Hold on. This is okay. So this is where fans, the part that fans don't like to understand, and actually a lot of players start to realize this when they get, especially to like the D1 level. And this is where basketball goes from real basketball and it turns into politics and business. Starts at the D1 level and on up. So let's just take it on a smaller scale in D1 basketball. I've literally watched, I remember I was watching a Matt Painter summer workout. They invited a kid in from Texas. This kid came in, and this was during the years where Carson Edwards was there. I'm talking about they was nice. I mean, they had some good players. I watched this kid come in from Texas, and he literally cooked the entire Purdue University basketball team. Carson Edwards, Isaac Haas, all these guys included. And, Matt Painter stopped the entire practice. And he said, no matter how good you are, you will never play over my scholarship players. And he told them that to be mindful of the fact that once we make a commitment to you and we're putting our dollars and cents behind certain guys with scholarships, any guy that comes in is going to be considered a walk-on. You will never play over scholarship guys. And I don't care how good you are. That's the business of basketball kicking in. And when you talk about Christian Woods on this team, with regards to the business side of things, the money side of things, he is extremely low on the depth chart because of the money. So when you talk about guys like Max Christie, when you talk about guys like Christian Wood or Jalen Hood-Schifino, these guys who are making these minimum contracts, these guys are on minimum deals. Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish. If you're on a minimum deal, your playing time can fluctuate. You can get DNP'd at any particular time, because when the business of basketball starts to kick in, Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka are going to get saying, look, we signed Torian Prince. You got to make it work. We used him. We used part of our biannual exception to bring him in. When you talk about Jared Vanderbilt, they committed to him by signing him to a long-term deal. When Gabe Vincent comes back, he's going to be playing. I don't care how well some of these, I don't care how well Max Christie's playing. When Gabe Vincent comes back, he's going to play over Max Christie because of the money. And the same thing with a guy like Austin Reeves. When you commit to him $12 million per year, the money is going to make Austin Reeves the third option. That's why he plays, and that's why he's going to get over 30 a game. When D'Lo, as bad as he's been playing some games, he instantly came back from injury and is inserted into the rotation. Right, as bad as people want to say he is, that $17 million is going to command and demand that he's on the court. The same thing with Rui Hachimura when he comes back. So if you look at the guys that he's playing the most, he has to play the money first. He cannot put his money guys on the bench just because they have a bad game here. That's the business side kicking in, and a lot of people don't give Darvin Ham any relief because nobody considers. What is Jeannie Buss telling them to do? What is Rob Pelinka telling them to do? Are they telling him he needs to play certain guys? Because Gilbert Arenas talked about these things. Remember when Gilbert Arenas talked about his time in Golden State? He played so well that they had to bench him at the end of the year so he didn't outplay his value. That's management going down to the coaching staff saying, don't play that guy for business reasons, right? So when the business kicks in, like a lot, when he was getting those DNPs, okay, yeah, he probably should have been playing Christian Wood, but it's hard to, especially with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, they've been so unpredictable. It's hard to guess what they're telling them. And I believe they wanted, remember when they were hiring their coach, they said, we want a coach to come in, and the coach that they hired couldn't even bring in his own coaching staff. They wanted to control everything.
Cook Lamont
that means they wanted a guy that they can come down from upstairs, give him certain commands, and he does those commands without any resistance. If you bring in a guy like Doc Rivers, the first thing that Doc Rivers is going to do is Doc Rivers is going to say, I want my own I want my original training staff. I want all my original assistants. I want my original goddamn ball boy. He's going to flip everything. And are they going to give him that control? No. They brought Darvin Ham in for a specific reason, and that's so they can have control over what's going on in that locker room, control over who plays and who doesn't play. And that's what happened there. So again, that's why I say it's hard for me to put all this blame on Darvin Ham, because when I see the numbers, I did the film study the other day. The film study says that Christian Woods in the lineup gives them one of their best net rating lineups.
Rebound.
You think the Lakers don't know that with all the stats and analytical guys and all the film they have access to? Y'all don't think they can come to these same conclusions as us? I'm sure they know these things, but they have to see what Jared Vanderbilt can do. They have to make that work. They have to showcase Rui Hachimura. They have, especially if their goal is to maybe move these guys. So the business is kicking in, and then people get mad at these rotations. And I just don't see any switch in any rotation that would have cured some of the problems that lost the Lakers some games. When they lost to Miami, when they lost to Memphis, I don't think there's any sub that saves them. It was a lot of effort and low energy.
Let's take
that what you just said to be.
Hold on, go ahead, Ghost Town, and I'm gonna go to
talk off
Fontaine.
that point you just made.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, how are we going to expect LeBron and AD to go out there and break and bust their ass every night when they know that the team ain't committed to trying to completely win every game? We want them to commit to playing as hard as they can every night, but the coaching staff and the front office ain't committed to winning every night. Bro, that don't gel. That ain't gonna gel with me if I'm a superstar.
They are committed to winning, but their commitment to winning is directly connected to the guys that they pay. This is a business, and so winning is it's easy as fans to be like bench the guy that's making $15 million a year and bring in a minimum contract. It's easy to say that. But when you're dealing with egos and the locker room dynamic and potentially losing the locker room and having disgruntled players, we saw reports come out where you got reports are saying that agents are calling the team asking, why is this player role changing here or there? I mean, I don't know how true that stuff is, but the money in the NBA plays. The money plays. And the minimum guys, when your opportunity comes, make the most of it, because you got to understand that moment can come and go in any second, especially if you're a minimum contract guy. So these guys on minimum deals, these guys are playing for their NBA livelihood. Christian Wood, I expect to see some hellacious efforts going forward from him, because he understands this might be my last stint in the NBA if I don't play right. and this is just an audition for him. I don't believe he's a Laker next year. I believe he outplays his value and he goes somewhere else, just like Malik Monk did. He came here on minimum deal, showcased what he could do with the opportunity given. He got paid in Sacramento. We saw Lonnie Walker do something similar. Showcase what he can do, out overplayed his value. Now he's in Brooklyn. So this is what these guys are trying to do. You got to understand, as a minimum contract guy, your opportunity is going to be it's going to come and go. That's just business side of it. And it's rare that a minimum guy is just going to be like, I think the guy that's going to get traded is Cam Reddish. Because when I look at Cam Reddish as a minimum contract guy being thrusted into the starting lineup this much, as bad as he's been playing, what are y'all trying to showcase? What are y'all trying to showcase in him that you're trying to convince another team of?
That defense.
And it tells me that maybe they're trying to put him in a deal as salary filler to maybe get another piece that fits. But it's the only thing that makes sense.
The way he's playing transition, he's definitely blowing that because
maybe he's blowing it. But the business side of it dictates that you have to showcase him, and you can't bury him on the bench and then hope to package him in a deal as if he can be of some value to another team.
Yeah, without film, you need film.
Yeah, Lamar has a big point.
Yeah, I see what Lamar's saying.
Like I said, if I'm Bron AD, bro, I'm not buying. Listen, if your team front office ain't into me winning, and I'm trying to win now, and they worrying about playing politics with the checkbook, bro, I don't see how you gonna be all.
Because there ain't no money involved. You can say that because there ain't no money involved.
So
you're talking trash.
Lamar's spitting facts, but I just don't know if it's gonna work with Darvin Ham. Like, how does it work?
So what I was gonna say, Lamont, I definitely agree with what you're saying as far as everything that you got to say. But you said about the business of basketball, that definitely need to be taken into account, and that's why it's channels like this and channels that actually like talk about the game and talk about sports. That, you know what I'm saying, we gotta try to digest these types of shows as well as the shock jock shows that we all find entertaining, because at the end of the day, business of basketball does matter. But it's enough blame to go around. You got to be able to have the nuance to be able to get on these same type of panels that we on right here today and also say, yeah, business is basketball matters, but also be able to dissect and criticize and divulge into what we see on the court. And last night we can say Darvin Ham does do good things. Darvin Ham, you know what I'm saying, he puts on good showings, but they're also in times like last night where we'll have a great lead and we got a 10-point lead, you know, with 5 minutes left in the fourth, and then you run back out D-Lo and you run back out Austin Reeves, and you see that they're attacking Austin Reeves for 12 straight plays, and you don't try to make any adjustments. As a fan, you see that, and you're able to come on these types of shows and say, I don't know if Darvin Ham is going to cut the biscuit, because that's how we lose games. We've seen him do those types of things over the course of the year, and that's what
Lamont said.
Well, no, I'm on what he's saying is true, because it's not paying attention to.
It's not what he's saying. It's not true. You heard what Lamont said.
I don't care about the business and all that. This man ain't.
You gotta care about it because there ain't so money involved. Of course you don't care.
He is not paying attention to.
The difference is though, Mango. My bad. Goes. The difference is, Mango, is Lamont can still say what he said, and it can matter. I'm talking about a 3-minute stretch that's closing out the game. That doesn't determine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to run a player a certain amount of minutes. I ain't looking at the sheet being like, oh, Jeannie Buzz told me that I got to play Austin Reeves 35 minutes. I'm only at 33. So Austin Reeves, even if we're going to go out here and lose this game and they're attacking him, I'm going to put him in the game and we're going to lose this game, but I'm listening to Jeannie. That situation don't happen. So
but Fontaine, the thing is, one thing about Darvin Ham is he damn if he do, he damn if he don't. That's just like, okay, coming out of the in-season tournament. I guess he coached good in the in-season tournament because there wasn't nobody complaining about it. They won the in-season tournament. Nobody wasn't saying nothing about Darvin Ham. Okay, they go on this little stretch of run where they lose a few games here and there, whatever. Now it's back on Darvin Ham after he just won the in-season tournament. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, but I'm saying that goes into what Lamont is saying, though, which is the business of basketball. Like, it's going to be ups and downs and ebbs and flows when it comes to how you're perceiving it. But what I'm saying is it's good to have the shows where we can have the nuance, because two things can be true at once. Like, you still can say the ebbs and flows as far as the way the game is being managed based off of contracts. You can look at it something as even as simple as the trade deadlines. Those same people that calling for Darvin Ham's job want trades. Okay, well, if you want trades, again, what Lamont said, the business of basketball matters. I ain't gonna trade you for D'Lo if you benching him. His value
there's no footage on him.
Nobody wants somebody that you benched. So you gotta play him and let him play through so he can start off 1 for 4 or 1-0 for 5, and then you can see his value when he kicks it back in gear in the third and fourth quarter and he hits 3 in a row to win you the game, because that's what basketball is. It's game that runs. Nobody's shooting.
That's part of it. That's part of it, but at the same time, though, you also got to understand this about Darvin Ham too. Y'all want to blame everything on Darvin Ham, but like Lamont was saying earlier, dude is handcuffed. He couldn't bring in his own staff. It's a lot of stuff I bet Darvin Ham want to do. He can't do because of what? The politics of basketball. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of lineups he may want to run, but he can't run them because of what Lamont was saying. So that's why I say it go hand in hand. You can't separate. You can't have one without the other. Is what I was trying to say.
Also, his team hasn't been healthy all year.
That too. That too.
Y'all gotta put that in perspective.
Yeah, but it's only so long that you can use health as an excuse, though. Like,
no, he has to use it. It's his
Yeah,
biggest trump card.
but
for how long, though?
The stuff that made us win last year, to come out of nowhere and to get to the conference finals, he don't have that lineup that was so successful all last year.
But he hasn't even tried to use it. Like, he didn't.
So
like, the starting lineup we had in the Western Conference Finals, he hasn't even really used it.
Ain't the same.
Okay. So let me add something about that 3-minute span yesterday. Did it occur to all you gentlemen that he still has to play the players in those moments to see what he can get out of those? So you hide D'Lo and Austin Reeves' inability to play defense in the scheme. You still need to see it. We're all couch coaches. We all sit on the couch and say, oh my gosh, why are you doing that? But you still have to play those scenarios out, because that's part of the information that you need to go into the later games, so that you can see if you can run that lineup and survive in those moments. So I think your name is Ghost.
Yeah, how many games do you gonna burn doing that though? I think this man burned way up more than enough games.
Okay, but
to find out that that tandem does not need to be. Bro, I knew that tandem didn't need to be together.
What tandem are you talking about? What tandem?
D'Lo and AR.
But can I finish? But with love,
I don't see how that's a bad tandem. That was the tandem. D'Lo and AR tandem is the tandem that helped get you to the Western Conference Finals.
But I never wanted AR in the starting lineup.
Never. I mean, as much as you don't want it, like people, the 3 players that I hear complain about the most: Vanderbilt, D'Lo, and AR. Those 3 guys were in the starting lineup when you improved your team and made your team the best defensive unit in the NBA the second half of the year last year. This was the unit that I didn't think could beat the Memphis Grizzlies and beat the Memphis Grizzlies. This was the same unit that beat the Golden State Warriors and I didn't think could beat the Golden State Warriors. And then when they ran into a juggernaut in Denver, right? They just ran into a juggernaut, a team that's just better than you. Every which way you try to slice it. I don't care what substitutions you do. I don't care if you play big. I don't care if you play small. Lakers were not beating Denver last year. It was just their year to shine. They had the better team in almost every. They had the best player in almost every position, and they were going to win. But you have to. And so the thing is, to say that D'Lo and AR don't work in the starting lineup when they actually made their best run with those 2 in the starting lineup, again, it just lends to what are you guys as fans actually seeing when you say those things? When that lineup with those 3 guys, where's your best lineup?
And can I add something to that before
they going off with somebody else? Like you said earlier, like somebody said earlier, they going off with somebody else say, or they heard somebody else.
Man, you heard me tell you that as many times you heard me tell you bench AR, and this was long before he benched him. I didn't just get that out of my bring that up.
But listen,
this dude is not a starter, bro. He cannot. First of all, he's not physically big enough to do the job. These guys are too big for him. That's the reason why they keep going at him. They know, man. Do you know if you have played basketball, you know who can guard you and who can't. That boy ain't got a chance. He ain't got a chance against some of these guys.
Ghost, it doesn't matter though because of the offensive productivity. You can hide his imperfections in the scheme.
Well, but I don't know though, Vin, because last night, Vin,
anyway, off the bench.
Last night though, Vin, we saw what that offensive prowess was able to do whenever teams are actually focused on them. Let's be real. Like Austin Reeves has to work. Austin Reeves remind me of that. I play ball. That football player that was 5'4" had the heart of a lion, but he had to go out there and exert himself 100% max every day, all day, just to keep up with somebody that's out here moving 60%. Because he's undersized, under athletic.
Don't y'all get tired of hearing this cap from these LeBron fans?
But Ghost, let me ask you one
Ricky
question.
Where's the cap, though, Herm? Where's the cap?
Right.
Look,
so Ghost, let me ask you this one question then, Ghost.
That was good enough for y'all to get the win.
Hold on, let Herm show his work. But what is LeBron?
Go ahead, Herm. Go ahead, Herm.
Those role players last night did just enough for the Lakers to beat a team that's been one of the hottest teams in the NBA last night. They played solid team defense and they was hitting timely shots. So at the end of the day, it's all about team morale and leadership. I think they went through I think they panicked too soon, and I think they overreacted to their losses when they was in the slump. Every team hits a slump in the season. And I just think they was overreacting to every damn thing. I think the Lakers are decent. They actually, to me, are a bad matchup for the Clippers, actually. And I think that you guys giving Darvin Ham too much scrutiny for certain things that have been going on with the Lakers. I think you guys are going overboard with some of you guys' takes. And I actually think that the Lakers are just fine. Actually, this is the same team that was in the Western Conference Finals last year, and you guys want a guy fired just because y'all going through a slump. Ty Lue said something on All the Smoke which resonate with me for the longest. Ty Lue said that it's sad how all the coaches get so much scrutiny. They get more scrutiny than the players. They get more blamed than the players. And the players are getting more protected than the coaches. You can't expect the coach to fix every damn thing wrong with the team. You can't do that. That's why you got a GM. That's why you got front office to help build a decent team together. The Lakers got certain holes because the front office got to figure out a way to make the team better. You can't put all that on Darvin Ham. He can't solve the shooting issues that the Lakers have.
The effort issues.
He can't solve that.
Herm,
he can try to motivate the best way he can.
I'm not saying fire Darvin Ham. I started by saying it's enough blame to go around, Herm. That's all I'm saying. I started by also saying it's good where we can come on these panels, we can have more than one thing be true, and we can criticize efforts and things that we see coaches make, and we can say that the front office needs to be better, and we can say in days where AD dropped 8 points, he need to be better, and when days like when LeBron had 13 against the Heat, he can be better. It's important to have these places to be able to say that. You got to just be starting back to what Lamont said. You can't have those fans be overreactive and like. You know
I got a question for Lamont. I got a question for Lamont because Lamont is a coach, so he can relate to what coaches go through. Do you personally think that coaches get too much scrutiny?
No, because it's just like what Christian Wood said. This is what you sign up for. I mean, as a coach, you sign up to take all the scrutiny. And this is why a lot of coaches, when they get fired, I mean, you've had a few coaches kind of push back like the Doc Rivers, but there's a lot of time when coaches get fired, they just own it and accept it because that's what you sign up for. Even though there's so many things that go wrong that can cost you your season, if things just don't go right, sometimes in a game where it's so business oriented like the NBA, sometimes somebody has to be the fall guy. And the easiest fall guy in some cases is the coach. It's the easiest guy to replace because their salary doesn't fall under the salary cap structure.
So I mentioned this to you the other day. I'm gonna keep reiterating this. If you're gonna play Austin Reeves, and that's why I'm on Darvin Ham. If you're gonna play Austin Reeves, you need at this point, so many games in the season, have figured out a way to where the help is gonna come and cover this boy and cover for him and help him and stay within your system. Where the help's coming from? How we gonna
look at the personnel?
You can't be 30. How many games we in? 40 games in the season.
You gotta look at the personnel.
Hold on.
You gotta look at the personnel.
I saw one play.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. You're not hearing what you're not understanding the concept.
But see, all you're doing,
it doesn't matter who's on the floor. We have already told you where the help is coming from and how the rotations are going to go.
But Ghost Town, what you're trying to do is, there's the problem. This is what y'all do. Y'all take Austin Reeves as one of his flaws, and y'all over exaggerate it to the degree to make it sound as if the man is unplayable. This is a player that last night, towards the end of that game, I watched him sit in front of Kawhi Leonard and put up a crazy effort to make him miss a big time shot at the end of that game. I mean, the thing is, the man goes out on a night in and night out basis, and he gives you more effort than anybody. He's the only player on this team who you can easily say every game this year he's shown up and gave 100% effort. You cannot say that about AD. You cannot say that about Brian. You cannot say that about D'Lo. Every night, this man's came out and gave 100% effort. And when you talk about defense being his flaw, at least he doesn't give up on defense like I've seen. So the thing is, as a coach, I'm always going to play a guy that I see giving 110% effort, whether he gets beat or not, because it's easier to coach them guys up. So when he does make a mistake on defense, it's much easier to tell him, okay, next time on defense, do this or send this guy this way. And then we're going to have the help sitting right here, because he's going to be much easier to coach as opposed to, let's say, a guy like D'Lo, where sometimes, just like we saw in last night's game, when James Harden had the ball on that wing, it almost looked like he just kind of gave up on the play. He held his hand out there a little bit, and James Harden swished the three right in his eyeball. But it's just like, the effort to me kills you. And like, even when you look to the end of that game, right, the mistakes that were being made that closed that 10-point gap had nothing to do with Austin Reeves. This was the defensive 3 seconds on Anthony Davis that created it. So that kind of gave them an extra point right there. The offensive rebound kick out to Norman Powell. That had nothing. That was AD not boxing out, not getting that rebound kick out to him. So when we see mistakes like that, I'm just saying, at the end of the game, when you talk about how they were able to close that gap getting closed had nothing to do with Austin Reeves. Yet people come in here and say it was Austin Reeves getting cooked in the end of the game. And it was not. That's not the truth.
I would agree with that. But what my point is is what I said. I didn't say it was Austin Reeves' fault. I'm saying that Christian Wood being implemented in that game helps with that offensive rebounding situation. And what does that mean?
Not on that particular play. No, the offensive rebound, if that offensive rebound on AD was Zubac standing right behind Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, when the shot goes up, is staring up at the ball. Zubac just jumps over the top of him and gets the rebound. That had nothing. Even if Christian Wood was on the floor, that play still happens, because all AD had to do was basic basketball, box out. I always tell my players, when the shot goes up, some bodies need to get moved first. So AD, if he sticks to basic basketball principles, move Zubac, get your body into his legs, dig into him so he can't jump, and that ball is going to be secured by you. But because they have, like what Brian said at the end of the game, he says it's about the small details. That's what Brian said at the end of the game. He said, when we start sticking to the small details, we win games. And he says, yeah, we messed up on a few of those details. But he says, when we stick to them small details, we win games, like boxing out, like diving and bumping cutters, and just basic stuff, like staying strong side on defense. I mean, if you stick to the basics and keep your details clean, you win these games. And those details almost cost them the game.
I never deny Austin Reeves don't give effort. I know he gives effort. In fact, that's the reason why I ain't killing him about being on the floor at all. He gives effort. He's just not big enough. So when your coach sees that you just don't have the size to do what you need to do, but he need him on the floor for offense, why hasn't he figured out how to get him on the floor or help him off defense? He has not figured it out. This man is calling too many ISOs, and there's no help.
He played solid defense on Kawhi last night.
Wait, how many years has Reeves been in the league?
I did see LeBron James going to help, though. Last night, I saw LeBron James playing around the nail, and he would go help on certain players. Paul George, specifically. He would go help if he needed to. But this is what
they were doubling the whole night. Their goal was to you could tell under 13 seconds on the shot clock, they were doubling. Yeah, and it was a great strategy, because the Clippers are one of the worst passing teams in the league. That's one of the reasons why they were so desperate to trade for James Harden, because they were in the bottom of the league in assists. They are a heavy ISO team. So when you go double those ISO players and you force those ISO players to become playmakers, this is one of the reasons why they had so much success yesterday. This is a team that loves ISO. They took the ISO away by doubling, sitting in a ton of pressure over. That's coaching. That was a great strategy from start to finish. And you look at the strategy that the Clippers employed. This was nobody's going to criticize Ty Lue, but at the start of the game, they were running a box and one on Austin Reeves. I don't understand that. I don't get that. Go watch the beginning of that game. They were running a box in one, and Terrence Mann was literally glued to Austin Reeves no matter where he went on the floor. And I said, what is this? But that was his strategy. But see, nobody will talk about that strategy. That was weird to me. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. I have never seen Austin Reeves.
They were trying to not let him get into a flow. You know how Austin Reeves get into a flow. He starts digging into the defense a little bit, getting to that mid-range spot. They was trying to make sure he didn't get into any of his spots that was trying to get into to draw them fouls, to get the offense moving. They were figuring out. They were trying. What Tyler was saying was basically, if we can stop Austin Reeves on attack in his attack point, the Lakers gonna miss shots. That's basically
that tells me right there. He needs to be on the floor. If I got an NBA coach that's won championships running a box and one on you, oh, you definitely need to be on the floor. They was running a box and one on Austin Reeves to start the game. Not LeBron, not AD. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen, man. That was
Lamont, do you think we will be having this discussion if this was like any other franchise other than the Lakers?
No, I mean, look, the Lakers is just popular to talk about it. You know, people love to see them lose.
No. I'm saying, I'm not even a discussion itself. I'm just saying, like, do you think there will be all this panic, all this like outrage, any of this if it weren't like the Lakers?
No.
Like, when do
no.
coach
Yes,
develop?
there would be. Yes, there would be. It just wouldn't be as magnified. Like right
Okay.
now, there's a lot of panic in Golden State. It's just not as magnified because they don't have as big of a fan base right now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they would be panicking all the same. It would just
Like,
be on
when,
a smaller
when are
scale.
we gonna actually let the man develop? Like, isn't this like his first stint as a head coach?
Who, Darvin Ham? This is
second year.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, when are we gonna let him develop? Like, actually, like, isn't it like trial and error? Doesn't he have to f up to actually
And
get better?
that's a whole nother problem in itself. You know what I'm saying? When you got a team, when you got a person like LeBron, and you got a franchise like the Lakers, you know what I mean? This ain't we need a head coach to develop type of situation. This ain't Detroit. You see what I'm saying? This ain't Atlanta. You know what I mean? It's going to have a different level of scrutiny. So when you take that job as Darvin Ham has taken it, you understand that. Yeah, I'm a new coach, but at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna give me no freebies of new coach material. It's the same concept of when you accept that money. When you say I'm a $60 million a year player, when people come on here saying you garbage because you only dropping 14 points, it come with the territory. You see what I'm saying? Like,
And is there like any respect that should go to him for keeping his composure even with all the noise right now? Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Vin. I think you muted, Vin.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's the LeBron effect, man. I think his leash is short because LeBron don't got much time. So shit got to get done. Shit got to get done real quick over there in LA, man.
Sure.
Like it's no time to waste. That's why I think Lamar, I remember about a week and a half ago, I was saying if we saying LeBron is the GOAT and we're talking about like we still see him as that right now, we expect a lot from him. But if he's not that, and we're gonna say, okay, he's 39, then we can ease up off him a little bit and understand it's not gonna happen overnight. But if we're gonna keep him, if we're gonna keep him in the Lakers at this status, then something gotta change real soon. If you say he's old and he ain't and we don't expect much, then cool. We can live with it. But if we say he that dude, then he gotta get it done sooner than later.
But gentlemen, I wanna add a point to everyone in the chat real quick. Just think about this. And this is to each and every individual that's on the panel right now. Just imagine taking a job that you know eventually you're going to be fired from. Let's just stick with that for a moment. Do you know the level of thick-skinned mindness you have to have because you're accepting a job that you know that your bosses will eventually move on from you? That's what it's like to coach in the league. So these guys are beat from the word go. From the moment they accept the job, it's just a matter of how long you're going to be in the job.
Now, do you think that applies to players as well? Because their career is even shorter.
Well, it's different though because NBA dollars are guaranteed. The coaching dollars are also guaranteed, but they'll still move on from you. Some guys they'll still keep you around. I mean, some organizations will still keep you around just so that money makes sense, or they'll force you into retirement and still have to pay you. But the coaches, they'll move on from you. So just imagine each guy in the chat right now. Your boss says, "I'm going to hire you, but eventually I'm going to move on from you." You know what level of anxiety you got to come into your job with every day, and to be able to close that out, not pay attention to it, and still move on.
I don't think they understand the difficulties of being micromanaged. Like that in itself, being micromanaged alone is like, yo, this is stressful. What the fuck is going on?
And to add what you just said, and to add on to what you just said, just think about this. The Lakers have always been known since Jeannie Buss took over the team that she's got multiple people in her ear. She got the Rambuses, the husband and the wife, the Rambuses, Phil, the brothers. So what Lamont said is right on the square with Darvin. They had to hire a coach that they could manipulate. They had to bring somebody in who wasn't seasoned. They had to do that, and no one speaks on that.
And that goes back to the point, if guys want Darvin Ham to be fired so bad, none of these veteran coaches go take upon it because they already know what it is. Doc Rivers went and try to coach the Lakers. You wouldn't see none of these veteran guys that's available, Mark Jackson and none of them, try to coach the Lakers. They had to get another inexperienced guy again. And that would be a waste of damn time. So you might as well keep Darvin Ham.
Well said.
I don't know about that, Herm, because you know, the Lakers are still the Lakers. You know what I mean? Doc Rivers' opportunity to coach the Lakers. If he go in there and do the right job,
he's not going. He's not taking it.
Listen. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that I'm calling for Darvin Ham job, so I don't want people to get down that track. I'm not saying that. I'm just answering your question, which is, a coach like Doc Rivers who hadn't won a championship, given the opportunity to coach AD and Bron in LA. And have that opportunity to potentially go in there and do it. I don't know about that one, Lamont.
The only reason why I say that, because it wasn't until this year. This is the first year where I've been able to have full-time assistants, right? And that's when I realized the value of having assistants. And when a guy like Doc Rivers, as good as a coach he might be individually, if he's not able to come in. What you mean?
I was talking. I was talking about. He said he won in 2008. I meant like to get the stain off of his career. Like people say, "Oh, Doc Rivers choking."
No, yeah, you're right. It's just the main thing is if he can't come in and bring his staff with him, how can he be the same Doc Rivers that we knew him to be? How can he be Doc Rivers of Boston? How can he be Doc Rivers of Philly or the Clippers if he can't come in with the staff that got him there? He cannot. He can't. He won't be able to convey certain messages. So Doc Rivers, if he can't go somewhere and be Doc Rivers with his staff around him, why would he go there? And the Lakers are telling coaches, you can come, but we want to pick your staff. You're not going to get any high-level coach to do that. These high-level coaches, Darvin Ham, yes, he's trying to get into because if Darvin Ham fails at this level, even if he gets fired, he's going to be an assistant in the NBA. There's D1 colleges that would take him on and hire him to run the program immediately. He's basically set for life just for having this job. Right. So he understands that. But if you telling Doc Rivers, a guy with millions in his bank account already, his legacy's really already established. He's going to go into the Hall of Fame of coaches, whether you like it or not. He got to come into LA and he can't bring his own staff. He's not touching LA. He's not coming.
To that response, I would say Lamont though.
And you don't give him a say so on the roster. Doug Rivers not coming though.
And what I'm saying to that is, if the Lakers are in a situation where they are and or desperate enough where they can't get a coach, or if they're really trying to get rid of Darvin Ham and they want to that bad to get a coach like Doc Rivers, it may take them capitulating and saying, all right, we're going to have to give these things to him mid-season. And that could be a benefit for the Lakers. That's all I'm saying.
That's too
we
risky.
Don't know.
Still,
we don't know.
That's too risky.
But here's why that point is moot. Let me tell you why that's a moot point. Because we just watched Ty Lue before Darvin allegedly try to get the job, and they didn't want to give him 5 years. They only wanted to give him 3. So that's the level of control that the Lakers are willing to go to in order to have full control of the front office and the coaching. And
Right.
correct me if I'm wrong.
But
Everyone
Vin,
should know this.
in that spot, Vin, they were moving from a place of power, right? Didn't they just they won with Frank Vogel, they had a championship under their belt. They were thinking that they were hot shit. See, now they're not moving from a place of power. They're in a place of, oh, we ain't won shit since Frank Vogel. The team is in turmoil. We would be bringing in a coach to fix a situation versus having we ain't accepting you, Tyler. We ain't accepting your terms because they moving from a different
So that's
place.
not my Fontaine. That's not my argument.
You don't normally fire a coach that's really was around the way for being in the NBA Finals. They were just in the Western Conference Finals, bro. So end of the day, you just can't fire Darvin Ham because they got into a slump. You can't do that, bro.
I agree. Like I said, I agree with that. I've never said fire Darvin Ham. I still can criticize him without saying fire him though. That's just my point.
No, agreed. And Fontaine, I'm just merely speaking on the level of control. I'm just trying to give you an example of the level of control of the organization and what they're willing to do to stay in control. You clearly had someone that won with LeBron, showed you the winning formula, how to get a championship with LeBron. And it was a difference between 2 years and you wouldn't bring him in. That just goes to show you how much they want to be in control. That was just my point.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know what the Lakers gonna do, man, but look, it's I don't know, man. I think more of these issues are stemming from upper management Jeannie Buss than a lot of people want to give her credit for. I mean, I feel like if she really wanted to buy into the guys that they have right now and have a championship product, they wouldn't have brought Darvin Ham in from the start.
Thanks.
They would have went and got the Quinn Snyders or somebody like that and said, look, bring in whoever you need. Let's just get it done. You know, they would have went and got the experienced coach. I would have, if you're going to go with a coach that hasn't been a head coach in the NBA, I would have went with a Jay Wright at Villanova. I would have went with a guy like that, a guy that's ran a program, a guy that has a staff behind him, and a guy that's respected in the NBA.
Or bring in the Brian Shaw, hell, give him a chance.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Brian Shaw. I don't know if he'll ever get another chance again to coach in the league. Not as a head coach, but something to that degree. Some people say Mark Jackson. I'm not going to say the names that look like they're blackballed, but there's coaches out there that, if you just say, look, do what you got to do to win this championship, there were coaches out there that they could have did that with. But they wanted to play the control game. And I think they're playing the control game because they understand how strong LeBron James is in the locker room. They, with clutch sports representation all over the place, with his power in the media, I think they said we need to have all full control over this locker room, coaches and all.
So Lamont, to that extent though, then why bring in a clutch coach?
A clutch coach, yeah.
I
don't know. I mean, you really think about the names out there. I think he might have been one of the only people that was willing to take on the job under the circumstances they presented. I don't think it was too many people.
I call him diversity hire though. That's my name for him.
No, I just think that there weren't a lot of people. Like, remember, if you think about the Charlotte Hornets job, it was just a lot of coaches that just were not really interested in that job. That's why they had to go get their old coach. That's how desperate they were to get a coach. They couldn't find nobody. They thought they had the Warriors coach. When he saw the infrastructure was bogus, he was like, "Nah, I'm going back to Golden State. Y'all ain't right." Like, sometimes they just went and got what they could based on what they were offering. And so that is what it is, man.
Fontaine, think about this. When they did win that championship in 2020, they had Lionel Hollins on as the assistant coach. Hell, if you wanted to get rid of Vogel, why they just didn't move up Lionel Hollins? Because Lionel Hollins obviously didn't want to take upon what was going on with the Lakers as well. So I mean, they had opportunities to get people, but like Lamont saying, I think it's more of a control thing, and I think that at the end of the day, the unstableness in the front office with Jeannie Buss and how she easily influenced, that's what's hurting the Lakers.
I think players determine
I would agree with that.
How good the front office is, because like Ty Lue, for example, right? We'll use Phil Jackson, Ty Lue, Steve Kerr, and somebody could throw another one out. All these cats weren't super coaches. The players won them chips, and then they started getting notoriety. Like we started saying T. Lue is great because he won that championship in 2016 with Braun. We say Steve Kerr is great because he won that year after Mark Jackson left. We say Mike is great. I mean, we say Phil is great because excuse me, he started winning like his third year. Again, if the players do what they're supposed to do, we don't even get this far. Management, if LeBron or whoever does what they're supposed to do, management looks great, no matter what flaws they have. But long as they keep losing and the product on the court isn't performing, it's going to always fall back on everybody but the players.
But sometimes that
T-Lue
product,
wasn't a great coach.
sometimes that inability for that product to perform is due to those situations that you're saying, which is coaching and front office too. So it's you know what I'm saying, it's a back and forth situation. So one thing can be true. Like
what
I said,
percent would you give it? Would you give it? So you say 50-50, or would you say 70-30?
I think I definitely think it's 70-30 head coaching and not head coaching, but front office moves based, you know what I'm saying, based off why the Lakers aren't as successful as they are right now. Yeah, for sure. 100%. We know what works. Lamont already said it. We know what works with LeBron, and they don't have those assets. If you go back to the championship team, the bubble team, whatever people want to call it, they had big enough bigs who can help AD, which is what AD's proficient at, having somebody that where he doesn't need to be able to play the center. Because you seen how good Zubac looked last night. That's because AD doesn't have the motivation to play center.
Can I push back? Can I push back? Can I push back on you with that real quick? And I didn't mean to.
No, you good. You good. It's a conversation.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Yeah. So just a conversation. And before I go into my little take, right? I want to thank everyone on the panel for being super respectful. This is my second time on the panel. I met Lamont from Locker Room, and I think he has a wonderful place for people to come and express themselves. So thank all you gentlemen for being super respectful. And I found a second place to come and hang out. I really appreciate everyone's takes, and I just want to continue to be super respectful and really, really listen.
Salute.
My thing is this: when people say that AD needs to run with a 5, I believe that to be true in 2020, but because the game speed is so different now, I don't think that's the case anymore. Like I don't think Christian Wood's role in a starting lineup is as beneficial as it is coming off the bench. And the reason why is because what I've noticed when he does play alongside of him, it is a much slower game. So much so that you now have AD like bringing up the ball. He's catching the ball from the back hash and bringing it to the front hash. He's actually bringing the ball up, which is him totally out of place. Yeah, he's gonna be able to try his outside offense, and I don't think he's shooting that great to constitute that. So let's be careful about wishing Woods into the starting lineup.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm not, and that goes back to my point. I'll let you get that off. I hear what you're saying. I agree. I don't disagree with that take, but that doesn't supersede what I'm saying, which is the front office inability to bring somebody in that ain't Christian Wood. You see what I'm saying?
So
to help.
Who would you bring?
I mean, that's the thing. I don't work in the front office. I'm just telling you what I believe would work for what I think a good front office would do, which is essentially better shooters, having it be a more well-rounded team, less stars. They did that. They definitely went for a different avenue. I ain't saying everything they're doing is wrong. I'm just saying I would prefer, the KCPs, the knockdown shooters, people that, Duncan Robinson type players around LeBron.
They've been priced out.
Yeah, good brother. The business of basketball is not allowing us to get those guys. So it's easy for you to say that, right? And I respect where you're coming from. Like, in your theory is correct. But when you're paying your two top guys 80% of the salary, it's fish and chips from that point, bro.
Yeah. I know. I hear what you're saying. Who do you think would have been more better for the Lakers fit, D'Lo or Mike Conley?
Mike Conley would have, because
do you think it was easier to get D'Lo or Mike Conley from
I don't believe that the obviously there's reports that there was a trade out there for Conley that just wasn't turned down. I just don't believe it.
Okay.
Like, so a lot of people try to. I mean, we can say what would fit and what wouldn't fit, right, but once with the way the salary cap is, with the climate changing in the NBA, the cost of shooters is now skyrocketed. Yep. Before, LeBron James was able to get those shooters at minimum deals.
Yep.
So the NBA's kind of flipped on him. He can't get Duncan Robinson is making what? Over 10 million a year? Making 20, a lot.
20.
KCP making good money. Norman Powell making good money. Like if you look at the types of players that would do well, even the Kevin Herter's making good money.
These guys makes $20 million a year.
Even Davis Bertans got a payday, and he ain't even really playing right now. So if you're a shooter in this league right now, you're gonna get paid. And LeBron, who used to be able to get a collection of these guys for the low, he can no longer get them.
I
see you right. He can
no
longer get them.
Fellas, he won that chip. That was 4 years ago, man. He's 4 years older now. So them cats that was coming up, they 4 years older and they got better. You asking a whole lot. And again, he's one of the greats. You asking a whole lot from a 39-year-old. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that's
Bron's fault.
That's why I said, Mike, if we still are we gonna call him the GOAT and say he's still playing like it, or are we gonna say, look, you're a little older, we can't expect much. So
hold on. But look, I just watched this man dunk on Paul George. I don't play the old card. Man, he's not playing like he old. I don't care how old he is.
Making. That's why I said earlier, this is no reason he shouldn't get it done because he's out there producing.
But we can't sit here and not take into account because age does matter. See, LeBron is defying Father Time in ways that we've never seen before, but let's not act like he's defying Father Time because he's not. Just like I'm 33 years old, like I get up some days and some days I'm like, dang boy, it was times where I could go get a run in at the Y when I was 25 and I can go and have a regular normal week. And if I get a good, decent run in at the Y right now, bro, I'm out of commission for about 3 or 4 days. See, that's time. So it's going to be times where we see LeBron go out there and send Paul George to the upside down world. It's going to happen. But then you can't expect him to do that every single night like we did when he was 25. It's just not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a lot of unrealistic fans assume that he can do that every single night. That's why they get upset.
I feel like that's you putting that perception on them. I'm a huge LeBron fan. I'm like one of the biggest LeBron fans.
Why do you think we talking about them right now?
No, for sure. No, I'm just saying in general, I feel like that's you putting that out there on LeBron, on Lakers and LeBron's fans, because anybody with some normal sense understands that a 39-year-old is not going to be able to go out there and give you 30 points every night.
And what my man just say in the top right-hand corner, Lakers fans don't got much sense sometimes, just like Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got much. That's why I say if we say any older, if we say any older, then cool. I ain't gonna put no pressure on him. I understand everything that's going down. I don't expect him to win at all if we gonna say what he is. But if we saying, like you said, he's that dude, I expect a lot out of him. I can't take that back just because he's 30. You know, I can't use the 39 when it's relevant and then say he nice when it's relevant to my cause too.
I take the expectation thing out the window and say it's amazing when it happens. It's a different way of looking at it. Like when he go out there and perform, it's amazing because we've never seen that. That's definitely dope. But to sit out here and say, oh, I expect him to give me Shay's numbers to lead a team to a championship is just crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's why I say people got to pick which version they think they getting or they should expect out of him at this age. Because I said earlier, I said earlier, you got close games. What'd you say? I said earlier, when you got close NBA games, you pay the y'all
be out here double talking though, bro. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all be double talking. That's the problem with y'all.
No, I'm giving both sides of it. I'm giving both sides of how to narrate.
Y'all be out here double talking. 1 minute, I mean, in one breath, y'all can say, well, it's amazing what LeBron doing at his age, and he's the best to ever do it at his age, and then turn around and use his age for an excuse. Y'all be double talking. See, it's weird.
That's what I'm saying.
That's weird.
That's what I'm saying. You got to pick one he gonna be.
But
pick a side.
But hold on. But I think whenever a team loses, because really only one team can win a championship. There's 29 other teams that have a reason as to why they lost. I mean, people simply pointing out a reason as to why somebody lost that's just sometimes why they lost. I mean, if some people watch a game this year and they say, well, the Lakers just lost that game because LeBron's age started to show. He didn't look like he had it that night. I think that's just a real reason. I mean, that's not an excuse. I mean, you can't just say he didn't get it done. It's a reason why players don't get it done. The other team that wins has something to do with why the other team lost. So when you see a team like the Celtics walk in and beat the Lakers, it's probably because guys like Tatum and them boys came in and did their thing and they played a hell of a game. And so you're not guaranteed your numbers on any given night. I mean, there's a lot of factors in it. And I don't think people are wrong for just pointing out what went wrong on any particular night or in a given season. If the team is old and you lost, that's just why you lost. I mean, sometimes it's why you lose.
Which goes back to the topic about him. If you just old and you lose, we can't fire him because we don't expect much out of it because they old. But if we say it, like my man just said, double talking, and we gonna say he that great, then we shouldn't even be talking about him because we got somebody on the court
but you can say both. But double, you can say both. I mean, LeBron can still be considered the GOAT by some and lose. Just like Jordan walked into Washington Wizards and lost his ass off and was still.
That ain't the point we're making, though, Lamont. That's different.
The difference was the expectations weren't to
It's
win.
not the same thing.
Hold on. The expectations in Washington were to win because Jordan said, "I think this team can win a championship." I mean, what you want us to do?
Everybody, but if that's the case, every team says that first day.
Hold on. I heard y'all when LeBron was in Miami and he said not 1, not 2, not 3, even though we knew he wasn't being 100%. Hold on, Mingo. What I'm saying is, if we gonna take everything that these players say at 100% face value, then y'all need to take MJ at face value when he said he thought the Wizards would win a championship, and when they lost, y'all need to hold him. Y'all need to hold him.
I got you. So check this out. So you mean to tell me? So hold on, Lamont. So you trying to tell me you trying to compare a prime LeBron to a 40-year-old Jordan? That's what we call it. When LeBron was in Miami,
you talking about LeBron right now. You talking about LeBron right now?
He said Miami. He said when LeBron was in Miami, he said not you don't talk about prime LeBron to a 40-year-old Jordan.
Hold on. All I'm comparing is comparing two situations where they both said certain expectations, and neither one of them lived up to those expectations.
He's not going to get his brain around it, Lamont. Let's do it like this. When LeBron 2 years ago, when LeBron said playoff mode activated, y'all hold on to that, right?
That wasn't 2 years ago. It was like 3 years ago.
That was like 4 years ago.
That was like 4 years. That was in 2019. Yeah, that was like 2019.
My point is, you were still trying to bring up the prime stuff as not to say what LeBron is actually talking about. He's talking about a point, not the point in their careers to make those equivalencies. He wasn't trying to.
Okay, let me jump in. The point my man was making was that team he had in Miami, they could have and should have won. The team he had in Washington, they had no expectations. They were horrible. You talk about bringing D-Wade and Chris Bosh.
But then I can say to your answer, I can say to that.
Okay.
But y'all got Jordan is the best that ever. He's God on basketball. Why couldn't he be held to that standard?
Because nobody expected him to do anything when he came back with that team in that age.
You don't know that. You don't know what people expect him to do.
But then that goes against everything you're saying right here.
What do you expect Michael Jordan to do in that age?
Somebody just said AD got to do something. We don't know what AD does to even say what he got to do.
In that moment, what did you expect Michael Jordan to do? What did you expect him to do when Michael Jordan came back to the Wizards?
When Mike came to the Wizards, I was in social studies. I didn't expect him to do anything, but I'm just saying it could have been people out there that hold LeBron to the
Hold on. What do y'all think? Hold on, let me ask you this. What do y'all think Washington Wizards fans expect? Because remember,
that's their fans. All fans expect the team to win.
That's why we're here.
Hold on, y'all. All I'm saying is there was expectation on the Wizards to do much.
They thought they were going to
make
the playoffs, though.
And so what I'm saying is Jordan came in, he set the bar for the expectation. The fans fell in line, whether you guys want to try to reject it or not, based on how he failed. It just failed atrociously. And you guys, again, it failed massively. And the problem is y'all not willing to give him the criticism for failing massively because he's the one that set the bar expectation. He said championship. How can y'all? Hold on. So LeBron right now. So here's the thing right now. My expectation from this Laker team is not much, but because I can look at this team and tell they flawed. But because LeBron is LeBron, you guys have the expectation for this team as championship. Not because you think this team is good. You have the expectation for this team as championship because LeBron is, by many LeBron James fans' standard, the GOAT. Y'all don't care that his team is flawed or the roster is flawed. Y'all just say he should win and he should get it done. Why do you not just say Jordan should win and he should get it done? When it comes to Jordan losing, it was team and all the team wasn't really that good. And this, no, he's Jordan.
Because Jordan
That's
didn't
a
have
lie.
another top
First of
five
all, hold
player.
on, wait a minute.
Jordan didn't play with another top five player. He didn't play with another top five player that year.
Wait a minute. First of all, to Lamont. First of all, Lamont, that's totally cap. Number one, first of all, you really think that Wizards team? So you think that Wizards team?
You gotta pay that no mind.
So you really think that Wizards team is better than this Lakers team now? That Wizards team that Jordan had to this Lakers team.
Hold on. Mingo Jester. Mingo, what I'm saying is
they're never gonna get it.
Hold on. Mingo Jester. What I'm saying is Jordan said the expectation was championship in Washington, so I believe them.
Yes, which is fair. Which everybody says first day of training camp, not knocking that.
Lamont, you honestly thought that team that Wizards team was gonna win the championship?
Let me take this one. Let me take this one.
And Mike let me down.
Look, let me take this one.
You ain't think that Wizards team was gonna win no championship?
Mike choked. He choked.
Man, Mingo, why you falling for this bullshit that Lamont doing, man? Why you falling for this shit? He knew your ass was gonna overreact.
Yeah,
Lamont crazy, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like Lamont been doing the same thing like for months. And, like they niggas do this, they fall for it every time. They take the cheese every time. But no, look, get out of that. But let me say this real quick. Because this is the third stream in a row about the Lakers. I'm not going to ask the same question about the Lakers. It is what it is. My question is two things to the other two teams that were supposed to be talked about. Outside of Bradley Beal's health, what's wrong with the Phoenix Suns, Lamar?
They ain't got no defense.
Well, here's the thing.
No.
According to fans, it's Frank Vogel.
No.
According to me,
according to I need a logical answer.
According to me, they just don't have any depth. The players that remember, they did a good job of bringing in names that on paper seem like they're gonna fit well around the high dollar players that they have. But unfortunately, guys like Eric Gordon, Wanatube, and just some of these role guys that I needed now they've resorted to trying to play Bo. These guys just ain't cutting it. They ain't cutting it. So the league today, the league today, you have to have depth to win. The loaded starting lineups is not going to cut it. And they're just feeling that, and this is why they're losing. I think didn't they lose to the Blazers the other night or something like that?
Yeah, they lost to Lakers last night.
Second question. Are those guys? Are some of those guys you're referring to contracts viable enough to at least trade for one or two quality rotation guys? Not no 6-man caliber year, but like guys like 8th and 9th rotation that will fit this team.
Man, trade KD to the Lakers, man.
I know Eric Gordon, he's not making crazy amount of money, but he's making enough where you can trade to somebody quality off the bench.
Let me tell you. Let me pull it up right now. I'm gonna pull it up.
You won't be able to trade KD to the Lakers, man. Stop. Why y'all just say this stuff?
And as Lamont pulled stuff up, message to all y'all fans out there, these teams about to talk about, the coach is not getting fired. I know how badly I want that to happen, but they're not getting fired this season. You're already almost halfway in the season already. It's a wrap.
So the tradable. So right now, this is crazy right now. So because they've loaded their team with those 3 heavy contracts, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 9 players on minimum deals. 9.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Damn, that's a lot. That is a lot. That's a lot.
So now, so here's what's going on. So the only players with any realistic trade value are guys that they need to keep. That's Grayson Allen. They have to keep him. And then maybe the only other expendable guy, which he's even on a minimum deal, is Eric Gordon. But again, you have to keep him because you're paying so little for him. So he as bad as he might play sometimes, he's still going to outplay his value.
But that's the point. You trade him. You trade for a guy who worth that value that he has.
So they got Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and then they got Yusuf Nurkic making $16 million. So Yusuf Nurkic and Grayson Allen are probably their two best trade assets. The problem is those two assets are players they can't afford to lose.
Right.
So
hey Lamar, how much Josh Okogie made?
He's on a minimum. He signed a free agent deal. He's only making $2 million.
Oh, okay. Damn, 2 million. Okay,
So
cool.
that's what I'm saying. Like all of their minimum guys, like you can't trade minimum guys in this league unless it's absolute filler that you need to make a trade work or you need to meet roster requirements.
You can't do that no more.
So when you have all these guys, Goodwin, Bobo, Metsu, Wanatube, Drew Eubanks, Keita Bates-Diop, Damian Lee, Josh Okogie, Eric Gordon, all of these guys on minimum deals. I think Nassar Little does have some trade value, but I think he only has value to young teams. I feel like with a trade with OKC or trade with Orlando or trade with like a young team that has a lot of young developing talent. I just don't see Nassar Little having an impact on a contending team. So, I don't know, but they just don't.
Okay.
So Phoenix is not going to be heavily involved in the trade market, not the trade deadline. They don't have it. They don't have it.
What about
so they screwed. So all right, so they screwed. So
Golden State, on the other hand, if they chose, if they chose to go into the trade deadline and make some moves, they could really shift the weight of the Western Conference if they chose. And now, if they went all in, they could turn into a scary team if they chose to do that. But they would,
Who you trading, Lamont?
Can you move?
I'm trading
Chris?
Wiggins.
Hold on. Can you move Chris Paul?
Why not Clay
right now?
Well, I'm not trading Clay. I'm trading Wiggins.
Why not Clay?
Because I believe Clay has an expiring deal.
Teams love that.
So, teams love it, but that's also good for the Warriors. And then if you want to make a championship run, I think having Clay shooting, I think that helps them as far as having a championship run. When I look at a guy like Wiggins, just kind of going forward, I just don't see the way he's playing right now how that's going to help a team that's trying to win a championship. So if you're looking to make a trade, the two players that I would move is I'm looking to move the expiring contract of Chris Paul.
Wiggins and Kuminga.
Because if I'm the Bulls,
you can't trade Chris Paul.
Yes, he having left hand surgery. Nobody's going to trade for that.
I know. Nobody's going to trade for it, but you still can trade him, even though he's injured. You can trade an injured player, and especially if it's just salary. But the team wants. So the trade that I mentioned earlier for Chris Paul, for example, let's say the Warriors are looking at a guy like Zach LaVine, right? If they are, which I don't think they are, let's say, okay, we have the disgruntled Jonathan Kuminga. If we put him, which is with the players that the Bulls actually want, with the Chris Paul to meet the salary requirements, Chris Paul's salary combined with Jonathan Kuminga's will give the Bulls the player that they want in Jonathan Kuminga. It will give them the salary that they need in Chris Paul they can get off of that Zach LaVine contract. The Warriors can in turn get the wing scoring that they need because they're obviously not getting it from Clay. And that's going to take some relief off of Clay. And it's going to give them that three-headed monster on the perimeter that they normally have that makes them successful. And in Zach LaVine's defense, you would have to hope that Draymond Green can coach him up and help him out on defense and make him a much more improved. I think the team that could use him most, and they have the pieces to make that trade with bad contracts, is the Warriors. And they won't have to give up guys like Looney. They won't have to give up some of their young talent. They'll still have a guy like Moses Moody. They still have a guy like Dario Saric there. So I don't think they would have to give up too much to bring in another star. But again, who wants Zach LaVine long term right now?
Hey, Lamar,
I don't think anybody.
How you feel about Golden State and the Pascal Siakam sweepstakes?
I like that too. But the thing is, it's all going to be. I believe any trade that they make is going to be revolved around Chris Paul. I think they got Chris Paul because they're just waiting for the next disgruntled star to go on sale, and just like they did with the D'Lo contract, they're gonna flip it into something that definitely works. So
can I add some context to the Siakam piece? Because this is what I'm hearing. If he goes at the deadline, teams can only offer him a 2-year extension. If he goes after the season, he can hold a team to the fire and get the full 4 years or 5 years. He might even get a supermax if he becomes all NBA. So as easy as people want to see him be moved, he's going to utilize all the rules to get that max deal.
I mean,
But he
might.
won't make an All NBA though.
Not this year. No, he won't. No, he won't.
Yeah, but
so the teams don't have to worry about that super max.
And you know what? And that's what's gonna make him more valuable. The fact that he's probably not gonna make a All NBA team. That's what's gonna make him a better asset for teams that get him. He won't be eligible for that super max. We could get him, and we could possibly hold on to him. Go ahead, Vin.
Does he have the ability to nix a trade though this year?
I don't think he has a trade.
No, he doesn't.
So then it falls on the team picking him, because the team that picks him has to prove to him that they can sign him for 4 years, because he's not going to take a 2-year extension.
If they make the trade, they can.
No. I understand that part, but what I'm saying to you is this: he's in a very unique situation, right? He's not 30 years old yet. He's 29. So in his mind, I know he wants that 4-year deal. If he gets traded, the team can only offer him a 2-year deal. So does he go to Masai and say, listen, don't try to move me because I don't want a 2-year extension. I want a 4-year deal. Like,
but
his situation is so weird.
But that would be dumb on Masai because he could walk for free. So that would be dumb on Masai to do that. So he got to trade him somehow, some way.
So 100% you see Siakam being moved at the deadline, 100%?
I believe so. I give it an 80%. I don't believe thing.
I don't believe so.
Toronto knows they're not going anywhere no time soon. Like a team like Toronto's not pressed to make the move. Like, some of these teams, like people are making the implication that the Bulls are just super thirsty to get off LaVine. If the Bulls waited till the summer, you know what type of deals they could get LaVine if they just wait a few more months and go to the summer? I don't believe the Bulls are as thirsty to move LaVine as people are. Because look, they've already been playing pretty good basketball without him, right? Nobody is going to have championship expectations on them, right? If they have a pretty good year and they finish the year out and they get to the first round of the playoffs and lose, if they max out and get to the second round and lose, okay. But trading LaVine to me is not some pressing thing. They have to rush at the trade deadline like it's going to go away this summer or something. If they traded him this summer, they would get a massive deal. Massive deal.
Yeah, the Bulls get to hold the players hostage anyway, though.
Well, I mean, I just if you're the Bulls, and I'm just looking at it from the Bulls front office perspective, I'm not thirsty to move the guy because at the end of the day, I can just keep him and I still have a really good player on my team. Like, I'm not really, unless you come in with a crazy offer, people are trying to make it seem like the Bulls are just thirsty to get rid of them. Like it's all these free agent pieces and free agency that they could go acquire that makes them championship contenders, right? The Bulls have not been the best free agent destination lately. It's not somewhere that players are just picking up saying, I want to go to cold ass, crazy ass Chicago. So they best bet is to acquire the star they need via trade. And you don't acquire these stars via trade by making rushed, dumb trades for absolutely nothing. And everybody thinks that these, that's why I say Golden State and Sacramento are the two teams at the top of the list for them, because they have the viable pieces that can actually help Chicago, whether it's draft picks or players. But some of these other teams, I mean, if it's not Miami, Philly, I think Philly and the Lakers are not in the conversation. I don't think they have the players the Bulls want. The Bulls don't want no Nicholas Batum and Marcus Morris as salary filler. Like, they ain't that thirsty to get off the salary. Come on, man. People just, I don't know, man. I don't get it. There's going to be some hurt feelings at this trade deadline.
Hey, Lamont, I think the real stuff gonna happen in the buyout when certain players get bought out. It's gonna be a race in the buyout situation, because you got the contender teams. One of them contender teams gonna make a move in the buyout.
The
So
funniest thing is that the player that's going to really shift the balance the most is going to be hold on, Ben. I got to mute Ben. He got a lot of noise. The player that to me that's going to shift the balance is going to be the team that can acquire Malcolm Brogdon. That's the only real player out there that's you don't have to give up a ton of talent to acquire him, but you could just add him, insert him in, and he has an instant impact. The Malcolm Brogdon move is going to be big for whoever acquires him.
Yep.
So we'll see who can make that happen. But all these other trades, man. All right, man. Look,
Yo, Lamont, what's your take on Steve Kerr and the Kuminga situation?
I think a lot of it's fake news. I mean, I think Kuminga's disgruntled, but I don't think it's as bad as what people are saying. I mean, he's a young guy. Of course, he wants to go play, and the reason why he really wants to go play is because look, he's coming up on a contract year, right? He's about to, he's about to go into restricted free agency, and he wants these restricted free agency deals to be as nice as possible. So, of course, there's frustration on his side because obviously he's probably looking at it from the standpoint of, are they not playing me because they don't want my restricted free agency value to go up like we've seen teams do in the past? Are they trying to nullify his value so they can just hold on to him for cheap? So, of course, him and his agent are going to make grumblings in the media because they need him on the court from his own business side. He needs to be on the court. So, sometimes these agents might put information out there. Look, man, you got to put stuff out there to say he's potentially getting traded. He's disgruntled because he's looking at his money. I would too. I mean, if I was Kuminga, I'd be doing the same thing. He got to get paid, right?
Yeah,
he's not trying to get an Austin Reeves type deal. He's trying to get $100 million.
No, everything you said was facts. Because I noticed Steve Kerr this year in particular, with all the problems the Warriors have, he's been more stubborn with his veterans. Like I noticed, he's been taking when Moutier or Kuminga gives him good minutes, he intentionally take those guys out to try to close out, go on certain runs with the best like Wiggins and play. And I think, like it's some of what you said earlier before I got on the panel, is like initially, like the front office is going to incentivize the coach to start the most expensive contracts, but at the end of the day, throughout the season, if you can't play to your contract, then you're going to see a change in your minutes. So I know part of the Warriors' issues is Steve Kerr's stubbornness, because their bench is not bad at all. And then even like I said before, you watching the Warriors, like they've been pulling these guys out when they've been giving them great minutes.
Yeah, but the Warriors are not a dumb organization. Everything that Steve Kerr is doing, Steve Kerr knows exactly what he's doing. In that front office, they know exactly what Steve Kerr is doing. With the fact that they keep yanking,
not the same front office, Lamont. Got the same front office.
No, the only thing that has changed is Mike Dunleavy, and Mike Dunleavy has been in that organization for years. He's the same. He's going to give you the same thing that the last GM did because he worked hand in hand with this guy for years. Like it's not like they pulled him from some other team. He just got promoted up, and just they all are on the same page. There's no confusion. The fact that Kuminga's minutes are up and down. Again, they're trying to nullify his value because to me it looks like the Warriors are saying, look, we're going to play the long game. I think the Warriors are content with the understanding that this year is just one of them years where we can't win a championship. I think they just content with it. I think they're fine. I think probably the Warriors are going to go through this trade deadline. They're probably not going to make any significant moves. I think they're content with what they got. They're going to lock Kuminga up, and they're going to lock Moody up under long-term deals this summer. They're going to lock those, and then they're going to look to trade those guys once they lock them up under long-term deals. But until the good dudes get locked up, they're not moving.
I think you definitely move off of Chris Paul, though. You definitely move off of Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is definitely gone.
Chris
Paul is definitely gone. Yeah, he's definitely traded, and he's definitely somebody that's probably going to get bought out.
And then what?
Well, then you got to see because
does he make it to the Lakers?
That if he's healthy, I think he can make it to the Lakers.
Hey, it's 30 or the month, man. Y'all put the topics in the Discord, man, so I can remember the topics that I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it as soon as we get off here because I got to shut this one down in about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna make sure I throw those topics in there.
Yeah, I got you. I got to do the topics for the last video too.
But yeah, look, I just think that the finesses be real.
Casual trying to jump on right quick, Lamar.
All right, let me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Lamar. I did not know the Phoenix Suns fan base is pushing for Frank Vogel to get fired. That's crazy,
Bro, I mean, look, I can look. I mean, I know Hitman X don't want to accept it. I mean, it's a lot. Like even SB Nation. Like if you don't want to accept the fans chatter on social media, even SB Nation just in late December did a whole article about it. I'll show you. I think I got it right here. And if because Hitman X said, look, he believes Bleacher Report over these. I mean, SB Nation is right up there with people like Bleacher Report, right? And this is the article that they just did. Hold on, let me move the comment real quick. Let me move this banner. Right? How long is the leash for Frank Vogel and his coaching staff? Right? It says this is just December 26, 2023. Matt Eshman has shown that he has an itchy trigger finger, and Vogel could be in his sights. What does this sound like? Right? Whether you want to accept it or not, there are people talking about Frank Vogel's job in jeopardy, and this is just the media side of it right there. This is SB Nation, right? And then even if you go away from the media side of it, if you want to just say, "Oh, okay, that's just the media talking," no, it's fan talking too. Fans are talking online too. Should the Phoenix Suns consider firing Frank Vogel? Right? When you go to all the articles right here, just fire Vogel already. Gosh, this was in December. So again, when Hitman X tries to pretend like his fan base ain't no different, he's just lying. The fan base, the media fan base, and the fans themselves are calling for him to get fired. Hitman X himself might not be, right? But the fans are speaking. The fans are starting to chatter, and this happens with more teams, with almost every team. But
That's
you just got to accept it. You just got to accept it.
That's crazy. But yeah, like let people catch me.
Yeah, go ahead, y'all.
Yo, I wanted to join because we were kind of talking about what is my part of the favorite season or my favorite part of the season, which is trade season. And I think that I don't know if Lamont said this verbatim, but what I got from Lamont was Toronto shouldn't be that hard pressed to trade Siakam. Is that what you're saying, Lamont?
Yeah, but only because their best deals are going to be in the summer. If they want which they're not going to win a championship this year,
right?
So why not just wait till the summer, get the best deal possible, and just go from there?
Because I think because Siakam's on an expiring contract, and he's going to be one of the bigger free agents of this summer, and they just had an offseason where they lost Fred VanVleet for nothing. And if they go on to lose another one of their top players just for nothing, that's honestly like a fireable offense, I think, because you can't unless you know that for sure that you can do like a sign and trade or something where you give Siakam all this money and you give him what he wants and then you trade him to a team that's willing to take on his contract or whatnot. That's fine. But if you're not already if you don't know that's going to happen right now, you have to trade Siakam, I think. Because I don't think Toronto wants to keep him long term. I don't think they do. And
I know. You just gotta wait.
I think it's just a little too risky because you can't have back-to-back off seasons losing your top players for nothing. Especially when you're trying to build around a young player right now.
And OG
I just don't think you can
traded
do
OG
that.
Anunoby. They just traded OG Anunoby, and OG Anunoby isn't on an expiring contract.
He has a player he's gonna opt out anyway.
No, because this is no. He wasn't going to. I don't think that the player option wasn't going to pop up until next summer, not this summer. Next summer.
No, he's getting paid. He's getting paid after this year.
No, I believe they got off OG Anunoby because
he's getting paid after this year.
No, the reason why I think they traded him is because it's like I call it the Taylor Horton Tucker effect. There's just certain players who they have really good years or moments,
Yeah.
and their value goes up. But so they get an inflated value based on a few moments or a few games. I just think OG might not be who Toronto thought he would be. And when a guy like Scotty Barnes comes in and immediately is just better day one, walking in the gym and just showcases star power, and he's the one that kind of took the mantle into that team, even took the mantle over a guy like Siakam, right? That's what a real, that's what they thought OG should have been, Scotty Barnes. That's what it really looks like. So OG is, to me, is just a really good role 3-and-D guy, but I don't think he's that star caliber player that a lot of, I think that's why people are saying the Knicks got finessed. And when you got a guy like RJ Barrett drop dang near 40 on Golden State, it starts to show now.
I see why you
think about OG.
Why you might.
I also think it's just OG was going to leave in the offseason because he did have a player option after this year.
I think that played a role. But is it after this year?
No, like after this season, he will go into the offseason with a player option for like $20 million or something around there. He's going to decline that because he knows a team is probably going to throw a lot more money at him. Because
yes. Can I add to this?
Let's wrap it up, y'all, because I got to shut this down over the next couple of minutes. But let's go ahead and start wrapping it up.
Perfect. Real quick, OG Anunoby's timing is perfect. He's the prototypical in terms of body and style of game to allow him to get paid when he becomes a free agent. It happens every so often. Prime example, Poole is another one. These guys, they get around the same time that they're becoming a free agent is when the analytics kick in and help boost their money. OG Anunoby is going to get a shit ton of money. Excuse my French. He's going to get a lot of bread because of the potential.
Probably around 30 mil.
Because he's the archetype. He's the archetype. He's 6'8". He's 3-and-D, wing defender.
Yeah,
you don't have to make plays for him. He's gonna come in and give you 18, 19. And then to further my point with this gentleman that just called concerning Toronto, Toronto learned by losing Van Fleet because they got Quickly. Quickly is the most slept on pickup of the trade season thus far. He's an amazing player, man. So Toronto's going to be fine.
No, but I think trading Siakam is paramount for them.
No, Toronto's going to be fine. The Knicks aren't going to be fine. That's what I'm saying.
No, I think they're going to be all right, man.
You think the Knicks aren't going to be? Have you not seen OG Anunoby?
The Knicks going to be fine, bro.
He's played well for the Knicks.
No. Person from Toronto. Let me explain. Let me explain what happened. Let me tell you the truth.
I gotta make it quick though.
But the next thing,
tell you.
Let me let Infamous go because I guess he's a Toronto Raptor fan. I'm gonna go back to Sturdy to close.
I'm not just a Toronto Raptor fan. I'm actually from Toronto. I can tell you exactly what the OG situation was about. The OGs. I'll make it quick. The OG situation. He changed agency. One of the agents that's in the front office. He's related to. His agent is related to. He was going to New York anyways. He already made it clear to Toronto that he wasn't going to re-sign with them, that he was going to New York. So they made the trade because OG is going to be a free agent. He's going to expect 40 mil next year, 40 mil a year next year. So they had to get rid of him. Yep. That's the reason why they traded him to New York.
Here's the reason why I believe some of that is not true. Because whenever a player tells the team, I'm going there anyway, so you might as well trade me, what it does is it lessens your bargaining power. And when I look at the package that they got back for him, it tells me that the Knicks said, well, I don't think nobody was playing, like they didn't see that his trade value had lessened because he's coming to us anyway. Remember, we saw this with the Carmelo. We've seen this with deals where when a player kills his own trade value because he says, I'm going there anyway, and then the team doesn't really get the package that they want because they lessen their trade value. Why would the Knicks give up so much if he's coming there anyway? Why would they give up all of that?
You got to understand.
He's a draft pick, two really good players.
Yeah, but you got to understand, Quickly is on an expiring deal as well, right? Quickly's on an expiring deal, right?
He's a
The
restricted
Raptors have
free
to.
agent. They'll resign him easily.
They got to resign. They got to resign him too.
That's
right?
easy. That's easy.
He's a restricted free agent.
It's hard for me to if I'm the Knicks front office and I know OG if he's publicly came out and said, look, I'm going to the Knicks anyway, so you might as well trade me there. And you come knocking on my door, especially when we already got a lawsuit against you guys and we already beefing about other stuff. I'm not about to send you the whole farm for this guy when he coming to us anyway. I'm like, look, I got some. I'm gonna be like, look, I got Evan Fournier contract for you guys. I got some good salary filler. I might throw in a draft pick to help you out, but I'm not about to send you all my best talent when he coming to us anyway.
No, but here's
it
the thing:
make
they
sense.
were gonna. No, they did it because they wanted him. They've been coveting him for the longest time. This is not something.
But if he said he's coming there anyway, why wouldn't they just wait and be like, look, we don't need to give you all our talent. He coming to us anyway.
That's why the Thunder traded so little to get Paul George. It's the same thing, really. But
they coveted him for the longest time. There was no guarantee that the Raptors were going to trade him. They got desperate. That's why they said, listen, we got to move on this guy now, else the Raptors might trade him somewhere else.
Even if they trade him somewhere else, he's still coming to New York.
No, there was no guarantee. There was no guarantee. There's actually no. There's not. You got to understand. This is the New York Knicks. They're not the smartest. They're not the smartest cookie. You know, they've already.
No, I guess you're right, but I just don't.
Let's be honest.
I don't think he was playing hardball with him like that. I don't think he went.
No, OG's not the type of player. But there's no guarantee that the Knicks can keep him anyways because he's going to want 40 next year.
40.
That
was why I think it's a dumb move by the Knicks. It was really a dumb move by the Knicks.
I mean, I think this the Raptors and OG.
He said he'll take less.
Yeah, he said he'll take less.
Can we stop this narrative that the Raptors lost Fred for nothing?
Hey, hold on,
Raptors did not lose Fred for nothing.
Yes, they did. What? I would like to keep it going, but I got to get this one shut down. Yeah, I got to get up out of here.
Okay.
Join the Discord. We'll chop it up on.
Yeah, y'all. Hold on. Somebody, are y'all gonna start a voice chat?
Hey, Infamous. I'm not gonna lie. As a Raptors fan, you saying Fred VanVleet was lost for nothing or wasn't lost for nothing? That's just untrue.
Let me drop the Discord. Hey, y'all. We
true. That narrative is.
Hold on 1 second. Infamous. Make sure
not
you
a
just
narrative.
Hold on, P5. Hold on, y'all. I gotta talk to the people, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Go in the Discord, Infamous.
We can continue the conversation. I'm gonna drop the link to the Discord in the chat. So again, if you want to continue this conversation, we're gonna start a voice chat in the Discord. Just to keep it going. And we can just kind of continue it from there.
I'll start the voice chat in about 15 minutes.
All right, y'all. The link to the Discord is in the chat. Join it up to continue this conversation. What I'm also going to do, y'all, is I'm also going to start putting the Discord conversations on YouTube. So I'm probably going to be getting with Sturdy and probably Casual about how to make that happen. So I'll be in touch with you guys because I want to start putting them conversations on my other channel too as well. Just try to get something going with that. But again, appreciate you guys pulling up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you guys down. Salute to Vin Vega. Appreciate you pulling up. P5 debates, Casual, and then we got Infamous. Appreciate you guys pulling up, man. It was a hell of a show. I got to get to practice here. I got to shut this one down. So, like I said, sometimes time is of the essence because I got a long drive. But hey, y'all, it's FYF Sports, man. Another great podcast episode, man. You guys did a great job of coming in with y'all talking points, man. So, appreciate you. Salute to everybody that came through and supported in the Cash App. Like I said, man, as I put in the chat right here, man, YouTube is really cutting into our monetization. They've chopped the monetization down by 80% for especially sports content creators, man. So if you guys can come through and support the channel in the Cash App, man, that'd be much appreciated. So support the channel if you enjoy the content. But look, y'all, it's FYF Sports. It's been another great podcast episode. We're gonna be back with more sports and news. But until then, it's FYF Sports, and we out.
Yeah, we done came from the bottom, mad that we up, but I don't hear him talking. Started with knowledge inside of my noggin. We took a dream and then we started blogging. Put my city on the map now. I'ma say how it is and I don't back down. On the road to 100K, we finna act out. We gon' show them that we not just in the background. We the main event, we the main show. We the one that people always gonna pay for. FYF, we the best, no debate though. Number one sports channel, every angle. I'ma show them all how we ride. Best sports talk show, we not like them guys. We playing it safe while they feather the lines. We pushing the narrative all the time. Like who to go in the game is not MJ. Kobe Bryant top 10, not what we say. Hakeem Olajuwon is very overrated. Keep it real, if it ain't fact, we don't say it. Now it's stable, we won't be ignored.
Missing the lake, I'm missing the draws again, a hell of pain. I got a lot to deal with and my mind is kinda slipping away. What's on the line? I made up my mind, some shit I'll just take to the grave. Whatever it is, whatever it was, it's never gonna be the same. How do I explain what's been going on with me? You say that I changed, but you didn't know the old me. I think that I saved you, tell me who gon' save me. I'm way too fucked up in this club, I'm ashamed, baby. You say that I changed, but you ain't really know me. When I'm around my dogs, girl, they just can't control me. Tryna spend my time right, using every second of it. Tryna spend my time right, using every second of it. Before it's too late, girl, before it's too late. Can I speak my mind right, girl, before it's too late. I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Out of being best, do you have my back, girl? Before it's too late, can I say my piece, girl? Girl, know what you mean to me. You just keep it real with me. I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Every time I'm backstep, missing the lake, I'm missing the draws again, a hell of pain. I got a lot to deal with and my mind is kinda slipping away. What's on the line? I made up my mind, some shit I'll just take to the grave. Whatever it is, whatever it was, it's never gonna be the same. Folding again, I'm running the map. They say the best defense is just to attack. Hopping through too much, it's hard to attach. All this bone on is being hard to relax. Gotta get up, gotta get it again. They ain't get the message, we spinning again. I feel my back, I'm just leaving it in. Get what they want, then they leaving again. I cannot act like this ain't nothing new. Been getting smarter with all I've been through. Nowadays, I'm more rewarding than truth. Tired of keeping energy just to lose. Let it all out when I step in the booth. With that for some months, now it's time to recruit. Met the investments, it's time to recoup. It's time to recoup, but how do I explain what's been going on with me? You say that I changed, but you didn't know the old me. I think that I saved you, tell me who gon' save me. I'm way too fucked up in this club, I'm ashamed, baby. You say that I changed, but you ain't really know me. When I'm around my dogs, girl, you just can't control me. Tryna spend my time right, using every second of it. Tryna spend my time right, using every second of it. Before it's too late, girl, before it's too late. Can I speak my mind right, girl, before it's too late. I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Every time I'm backstep, shawty, you know I gotta let it go sometimes. Gotta clear my head sometimes. I gotta get away some shawty. You know I just need a little peace of mind. Specifically, I'm talking about your mind. I gotta get that ass on. Calling you when I'm overseas, let me know what you need, what you wanna do when I'm home. Talking real dirty, real nasty on the phone. Girl, stop playing, I'm on the way. I am on the way. Girl, stop playing, I am on the way. What you need, what you wanna do, baby girl. I'm all ears for you, baby girl. Drop it down in the latest fashion, girl. All the shit I did, that's past tense, girl. Do whatever for you, what's your passion, girl? Got the lyrics in my songs, and your cash in, girl. Leave that boy alone, he everlasting, girl. Everything he did on a passion, girl. Seen a 20 grand, that's that shit, girl. I bought a whole mall if you ask me, girl. Bought a whole mall if you ask me, girl. Got the lyrics in my songs, he on cash in, girl. Leave that boy alone, we everlasting, girl. Everything he did, I don't pass him, girl. Seen a 20 grand. sometimes. I gotta get away some shawty. You know I just need a little peace of mind. Specifically, I'm talking about your mind. I gotta get that ass on. Sometimes, gotta clear my head sometimes. I gotta get away some shawty.